1, 2, 1, 2.
Here we are, back in the studio, boys. Home from, where were we last week?
McMahon's Point. McMahon's Point.
And we got local boy with us, Mark Crotti. How you going?
Thanks for having me, boys.
Do we pronounce that right?
Yeah, Crotti. That's it. You know, some people say Grotti, you know, just for a laugh. You know, but that's it. Crotti, it's Italian.
Crotti.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I want to hear this Luna Park story first because now I'm fucking intrigued.
We've got a long time, so we're going straight to Luna Park. Anyway, there's a show on the ABC, and people that don't know, they should know. So, 1979, the ghost train at Luna Park went up in flames. The next day, like, 6 kids died and one dad died trying to protect his kid, man. It just fucking went up like a bomb. It was just one of Australia's big tragedies, you know, and there's always been something a bit shit about it. You know, obviously it's a shit situation, but something about the inquiry and that's why it's still in people's imagination. I think that it just didn't ring true. What the cop the very next day said it was electrical fault, and that was an electrical fault. But they didn't call any witnesses that were there. There was people there that saw the fire starting. And you see photos of the fire. All the lights are still on. There's no fucking electrical fault going on. And so the cops were fucking corrupt. They covered up a murder. Yeah, man. There's witnesses there that heard people, these bikies saying they poured Kero in the ghost train and they lit it on fire. And these 2 kids heard these people say it. They went to the cops, gave statements. The next day, the cops got them back and threatened to punch them out if they didn't change their statements.
Jeez. Fucking hell!
Yeah, man. So
that's
there's people.
Wild.
Yeah, they found these kids, and they found these 2 kids happened to be wards of the state, and they found the lady that was running a home for them, and they interviewed her, and she's really straighty 180 later, and she goes, yeah, the kids came home from Luna Park, they sprinted home because they lived like a couple of miles from Luna Park, and they were all mega excited. They said, we heard these people burn the thing down, like they weren't lying.
Man.
Yeah, and this has been a fucking huge cover up, man, and the person that did it, or the people that did it, they're still alive. No. They're out there. We don't know who they are yet, but there's a fucker out there that lit the match to burn these kids up.
What assholes?
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of assholes, you've got a song called Assholes.
You've been practicing your segues, haven't you?
Well, I'm kind of known for a couple of segues here and there.
He's been watching Family Guy.
But, I just want to know, was that a true story or?
Yeah.
What's the story?
I was playing a gig. I don't want to say where it was, but same gig, actually. I really enjoyed playing this gig. Another good thing that happened there first was, do you guys know the comedian Jimmy Carr?
Jimmy Carr?
Jimmy Carr. He's got a really funny
laugh. Yeah.
He saw me play there once, and I used to love this gig because people like that were always there, and he came up and said hi, and like just a really good gig, my vibe. Played there for years. And then, it's been a while since I've told this story. Basically, someone out the front when I was on my break started having a go at me saying, oh, your music's shit and, you sound bad and all this stuff, which, as musicians is sort of part of the job, just copping a bit of street abuse or whatever, especially as a busker. And I was just, diplomatic with him and was like, oh, sorry, man, like, what do you like to hear? Like, what do you want to hear? And he just kept going on. And he's like, do you know who I am? And at the time, it's just some drunk guy in my head. But at the time, I was like, is this the owner of this place?
But anyone that says that is a dick.
Oh,
anyway.
It's dick. They're nobody.
Could be Elvis. Who gives a fuck?
It could, exactly. And he ended up saying, I'm the chef here.
Well, that's a different story.
Well, yeah. Well, then I was like, well, fair enough. The steak was delicious, man. Thank you. I'm going to go back and keep playing. I just ignored him. But then, that sort of was the intro to a song I wrote called Asshole.
Yeah. Was he drunk or anything? Or
He was like at least 7 beers.
All chefs want to be on the stage, man.
I think so.
They fucking do, man.
I think he was a rocker because someone else was telling me. Sorry,
was it? Were you there? Or?
No, I've been in similar situations though.
Yeah.
So what got you into playing music? Were you growing up around playing guitar or anything like that?
No, I was really late to guitar and vocals. My first instrument was the flute. So I played flute from a young age until I don't know, early high school, year 7 or 8 or something. And then I switched to drums, and I was off and on from drums from mid-primary school to high school, another 6 years off and on. And then it wasn't until I was 17, 18 at school, like my friend group were all insanely talented musicians. That's just who I hung out with. I was doing drama and music, and I just got to a stage where like all these guys were shredding in the room, and I like couldn't join in. And I was like, oh, just give me a guitar, just show me what to do, you know. So I was sort of 18, and I doodled around for a year or two last year of school and played a bit. And then over the next 2 or 3 years, I'd been playing guitar sort of at home as a hobby, and I started uploading some YouTube videos, and I uploaded one, and a friend of a friend of a friend saw it and said, hey, do you want to play a gig at the Hunters Hill Hotel in Hunters Hill, obviously. And I was I don't know that many songs, but yeah, why not? Like, it was in a month's time. So then I played my first gig. I'm like, that was all right. I sounded horrible, like absolutely, but I enjoyed it. And then, yes, I was 22 at that stage and did my first gig, and then it just sort of increased from there. Started doing one every 2 months, and then it got to like, you know, once a month, then it got to once a fortnight. So
you were self-taught?
Yeah, on the guitar, definitely, and vocals. I did a bit of choir at school. I did vocals in year 12. Yeah. And my sister's actually a really good jazz singer.
Oh yeah.
So
nice.
Around music a lot is how I'm a musician, I guess. You know?
How did you pick up that soft style that you have, like the vocal? Like, is that
just because I can't sing the song style, man? You know.
Yeah. Whatever works.
Yeah, like I think you just like my favorite genre is like soul. I like R&B as well, and people like at the moment like the Teskey brothers and stuff. Like Josh Teskey's I love
He's
that.
got a voice on him, hasn't he?
I wish if I could have a voice like that, or Alan Stone.
Yeah.
Something like that's my favourite, but there comes a point where you can get your voice like functioning the best it can, but it's not going to be like someone else's. Like I got a soft-spoken sort of voice, so
yeah, it's good and bad in a way, like because everyone wants to do like what someone else is doing, but
that's right.
Sometimes their way is fucking.
Well,
good.
you just got to find out what works for you. Like Mark Knopfler, talk, sing, or
but then he
whatever.
Copied that. Who was that band?
JJ Cale.
Holy shit, that blew my mind. Do you know about that?
No. Who is it? Who are we talking about?
Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits.
No.
Yeah.
So I come over one day and Matt's got this song going, and I'm like, sounds like Dire Straits, but I don't know this song. And he's like, well, let me fill you in. Who
was it? JJ Cale, who came up with a laid back, you know, talk, singing kind of style, strumming a guitar, like sitting on the porch.
Even the solos, though.
Yeah, everything. And then Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits heard this and made Dire Straits out of it, basically.
Wow.
And, but he did a fucking good job. But everyone's influenced by someone, man. You know,
that's right. Yeah.
JJ ended up a bit of a recluse, sitting on his porch with a shotgun, shooting at motherfuckers that came down the driveway. Oh yeah, it's a bit
was he a hillbilly?
He ended up being a bit of a hillbilly. Fair enough, though. You know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he had a long driveway, so
I had plenty of time to escape.
That's right.
Hey, what's everyone's background here? Because I didn't even do any research coming into this. I was just like,
we're just rock up. Makes two of us.
Yeah. We've got a boxer here.
Mark's a boxer. I don't know what I am, but.
Coal miner.
I'm
the coal miner's daughter. She was my favourite wrestler, man. She rocked.
Coal miner's daughter?
No, she was a singer, wasn't she?
I've never heard of her.
Yeah, man. It was one of those country singers. The big one.
I don't like country.
That was her stage name, Coal Miner's Daughter?
Yeah, she was known as the Coal Miner's Daughter.
Wow.
Not Emmylou Harris. One of them, anyway. The huge, big one. Yeah, they made a movie about her.
Yeah, and Matt's a chef, fucking musician.
Daddy, musician. Everything. I'm one of those chefs that want to be a rock and roll star. But I was actually a rock and roll star that became a chef for some fucking reason. And then
But you actually became a chef?
Yeah.
Okay,
it was weird growing up in New Zealand, because in Australia at least you got a high schools here where they have a music program, and there are gigs and there's not a pathway, but you can see there's hope. Well, I grew up in South Auckland. It was never going to fucking happen, man, you know, so, and your parents say, oh, get something to fall back on. So what do? You fall back.
Sell
you
out.
know, it's like, that's exactly what
I think that's the wrong
it
thing
is, man.
to say
It should
to
be,
kids.
what do you fucking love doing?
Yeah, I'm
Make a living out of that.
push them in the other, do what everyone else isn't doing.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's what anyone that you look up to does.
Yeah. Is that what you did, Mark? So you had a gig as an editor
Oh, well.
For Coca-Cola? Is that
No, I was, so out of school I was working hospitality just before I knew I was a musician, I guess, and did that for a while, did the whole travelling thing for a year or so, or half a year.
Where'd you go on those travels?
Take one guess, Australian 19-year-old. Where am I going?
Bali?
Yeah.
Is that it?
No, Bali, Thailand, Vietnam. We were a bit more cultured. We did, I can't even remember, Vietnam and...
Cambodia?
No, we
Laos?
couldn't get in. Laos. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was great.
How was that?
Yeah, it was good.
Did you go on that river?
Yeah, but it was like 2 months after that river got closed down because dumb Australians kept dying in it. So they ruined it for all of us.
I think you might have to tell the boys what we're talking about.
What river?
Oh, there's like some river in Laos, like a party river. It used to be, it's quite a strong current, and you get like a floaty device, like a flamingo, whatever you want, or a little kayak. And there's just like a party on the river, but there's bars lined up on the whole river.
Wow.
For kilometres.
Shit.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
We went, we were just in the kayaks, but like we saw the old closed down bars and like this would have been amazing. But people kept dying, jumping off rocks and being Australian basically.
Yeah, getting way too drunk.
Yeah.
And I think anything went, from what I heard, you could get whatever you wanted.
Whatever you wanted
like
there.
the bars just give it to you. So.
You want mushroom shakes, you want caps, go for it.
Fucking hell.
Treating
Sounds like
people
a great
like
place.
It does.
And if you're going to kill yourself over that stuff, well, that's your right to do that.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
So when did you go to Vietnam? What year was that?
2012, I think.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
12, maybe. 11, 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, came back from that trip. Started, my sister was working as a receptionist in radio and got me a job as like part of the street team. So going out doing the giveaways, the activations and calling in, like doing the voiceover stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was doing that just part-time for a couple of years, and that led to a lot of experience. Like I started doing proper voiceover work for them. And
was that in Sydney?
Yep, at Nova Entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
At Nova 969. And
Sweet.
then I...
They haven't sponsored us yet.
No. They're not going to sponsor a podcast.
No, we're cutting their mustard. Cutting their lunch or some shit, aren't we? Yeah, breaking the things. Is that Jackie O and stuff? Is that?
No, that's the other one.
The other one.
My sister works there now. But,
okay, yeah.
No, this is Fitzy and Whipper and Kate, Tim and Marty.
Okay.
Yeah, if that means anything. So I worked there.
Yep.
Did started just... This is in the time where videos weren't a thing on Facebook and as much. And so I started making a few funny videos there with the guys and they started getting traction. So I started doing a bit of video stuff there. And then I worked at Smooth FM as a producer, filling in before they hired someone full-time for a couple of months. And then that sort of wrapped up my time in radio. And at that time I was getting a few gigs and I'm like, I'm going to do this more.
Yeah.
And then I... took my video editing skills. I vlogged for a year, learned how to video edit myself in that time as well. And
what were you vlogging? Just
day-to-day life.
Yeah.
It was
just a
one of
daily
those
vlog.
ones.
Holy shit!
I wasn't doing it weekly, daily for a bit. Yeah, kind of a bit of different, but different way of doing it. But then I got.
What were you using? Sorry,
dude, I was using a 6D on a Joby.
Yeah,
it was like not practical at all, and I had like a GoPro as well or something.
Sweet.
Yeah, but then
Did you get much traction? People follow you?
No, just sort of just within my friends and friends of friends, like they became quite popular.
Yeah.
On Facebook and stuff, and I was never going in it with the intention of becoming a Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed doing it.
He's made a fucking great life out of it, though.
Dude, what a life!
Fuck, I seen one. I think it was Etihad or whatever they call it, the airline.
Yeah.
It's like their most expensive room.
Yeah, it's like 40 grand or something.
Holy fuck. And he gets a free flight in it.
Who's this?
Casey Neistat. Check him out. He's just a vlogger.
I got no idea.
He could buy the flight anyway.
You've
never heard of Casey Neistat?
No, man.
Mark, man.
Mark's just all about boxing.
I probably forgot.
Yes.
I might have saw him this morning. I'm on YouTube a bit.
Oh, sorry, mate.
No, that's all right. That's good.
Continue on. Where are we at?
We're vlogging.
So you're vlogging now.
Yeah.
Did that. So had a bit of video editing skills, got offered a part-time, started as an internship, then turned to a part-time job at Coca-Cola, just 1 or 2 days a week, video editing and producing content. Did that for a year while still doing mostly the gigs and stuff. Did a bit of freelance video editing on the side, not much, and then all over that time, I just kept getting more and more gigs and was able to put more time into my music.
Yeah.
So then it just got to a point where,
fuck this.
well, I just enjoy music more, and
Yeah.
these were sort of, I didn't want to do a 9 to 5 ever, so I've never done a 9 to 5.
Were you doing these were covers gigs, or were you doing originals now?
Yeah, covers. I only started writing originals in 2018.
Okay.
So new to that scene. I still feel pretty new to singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
So
It's good money. Like you're playing at pubs and stuff?
The average gig is like $350 or something.
Okay, so
But,
it hasn't changed. Yeah.
No, it hasn't changed at all. And like booking agents are, in my opinion, getting worse. Like they're taking bigger cuts sometimes. And I've had some real, almost legal matters. Like, it's almost gone to legal lengths with booking agents and people who've tried to, screw you over.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
People don't value
No.
They don't want to grow
everything
nothing.
for free now, don't they?
Yeah.
Really, you should be willing to pay for, like, if stuff's good, pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you got to support
do,
different scenes.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's the only way to grow things and make it bigger.
Yeah, there's enough money to go around.
Yeah.
You don't need to get everything for free. Like value entertainment and sport, and
That's the biggest thing, and it's the hardest when like it all comes down to someone's taste who's booking as well. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
sometimes like you could be established musician and still get rejected from a market gig or something.
Yep.
And it's just like everyone's taste is so... The best story I have is when I was busking in Manly. A couple came up. Like so often I sing a lot of love songs and, I sort of have a higher voice. So I often get booked for a lot of weddings. That's most of my income at the moment.
Yeah.
This couple, like, we love your voice. Like, they sat there for 30 minutes and watched. Would you consider coming to Italy to sing at our wedding? And like, they went through the dates, and I was like, days like that, you're like, oh, maybe I'm all right at music.
Yeah.
And then, I kid you not, like 5 minutes later, I got their details and stuff, and it was great. They were really supportive and appreciative. 5 minutes later, a lady walks past and puts a $20 tip in my guitar case. And when I'm playing and someone gives me like a 20 or bigger, I like sort of like pull aside. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, mid-song, I don't care, just
she didn't
to show the
change,
support.
did you?
No, she said, it's for singing lessons, and walked off. And I'm like, you know what?
Oh, what a bitch.
Man. So how can someone want to book me for a wedding in Italy, and then 40 seconds later, someone give me $20 for singing lessons? It's just like...
That's like a shut the fuck up. That's so bad.
It's...
People are crazy.
They are crazy. They're wonderfully crazy. I've had people, say they're going to shoot me because I put mayonnaise on their burger when I was chefing. I seriously say, I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to come back and go and shoot you.
I thought you were going to say because they asked you to play Oasis or something.
I would have killed them. I said, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Silverchair.
Oh, yeah. But the worst ones I used to find chefing. Like, it's funny, you'll get a million compliments, but it's the one asshole that fucking sticks in your mind.
Yeah.
And the asshole would always come up with a smiley face. Hey, who cooked that? Yeah, oh, fuck. He must be all right. Oh, it was me. It was fucking shit. Yeah. You are shit. Your kids are shit. Everything about you is shit.
Thanks, mate.
Those chips are fucked. Well, the worst thing was when people would compliment you on the chips and shit like that. Remember, I used to make my own tart. Not going to packet. I used to, when I first took over my own place, I thought, right, I'm going to do everything scratch. It's a bowling club, but we're going to try and do not Jamie Oliver, but I just got back from London and it was all gastro pubs. So all the fine dining closed down. Everyone got into pubs and really upped the ante with these pubs. And so I thought I'd do that at bowling clubs over here. So I got the Dapto Bowling Club and I was making everything scratch. All the tomato sauce, fucking baked beans, like all the mayonnaises, everything was fresh. And I was making my own tartare sauce. And I was going great. It was fucking good tartare sauce. And then like 6 months into it, I ran out on a Friday night. So I got the kitchen hand just to fucking shoot off the Woolies and get the no name brand fucking tartare sauce, And then I had like 3 or 4 people come up and say the fucking tartare sauce was amazing tonight. What did you do? And that was the end of that shit. I went to Aldi from then on and I just fucking grabbed pies from Aldi. Everything was from Aldi. I'm like, fuck you, like.
Now you're telling everyone not to try.
Well, you can't educate your people, man.
That's right.
And music's exactly the same. Most people listen to fucking shit. And and I have no problem with people telling me I'm shit because they're fucking morons. So,
that's obviously.
But I
have to have that attitude, man,
Because Mark puts up a lot of of what the feedback he receives.
Oh my God,
and it's fucking hilarious. What was
that's
the one?
going off at the moment.
The ukulele. There's no ukulele in any.
No, I've gotten worse since. I haven't posted them yet.
Oh, wow. Fill us in.
Yeah, so...
What was that? Like, How did you
Basically-
get that response?
Well, so I'm learning to grow as a singer-songwriter. You need to get streams, and that's like a big part of getting discovered. And to get streams, a lot of the time you either got to have a relationship with the label who knows people at Spotify or iTunes and can get you on the playlists.
Yep.
Or just be really fucking good and get on there somehow. And but another avenue, which is also one of the biggest avenues, is submitting your songs to playlists. So if you know a curator directly, hit them up. Can I be in your playlist? And there's basically all these middle parties now who you pay to submit your songs.
Of course.
And you click on based on genre and stuff, like, okay, acoustic afternoon, that would be me, this, that, bit of R&B influence, whatever. You go through hundreds, and all these curators, a lot of the time it's just people who've got either a popular playlist or maybe it's a botted up playlist, so it's just like a fake playlist anyway, you can't even tell. But they'll either accept or reject you onto the playlist, and everything comes with feedback. So everyone who's rejecting you or accepting you is leaving you a little note. And so I've been publishing all these little notes live, on my story, because I'm just, I don't know, I'd rather share that message, like this is full of rejection, this industry.
Yeah.
And rather than, just my best moments, this is the reality of it. And it's also funny, but some of them have been like, really like the ukulele in this. I'm like, there's no fucking ukulele. The one I got yesterday was, the beats in this are amazing. And I'm like, and it's guitar and vocals. There's no beats. There's no even hint. I'm not even hitting the guitar for a beat. There's nothing in it. So like some of these
So it's all
curators,
just bots and shit, man.
Some are real.
Has to be.
Yeah.
And I've gotten on some and I'm getting a little bit of results. But I think it's like 1 in every 10.
Yeah.
You find an authentic person with a good playlist who actually appreciates music.
Yeah.
And but a lot of the time I think it's just people who've got a playlist, they're sitting in their room and they're like
just wanna
power
be
trippers.
dicks.
Yeah. Like the arrangement, or someone's like, I don't like how you've done this in mono or stereo. Like, come on, it's just like the quality's there, like of the recording. It's just whether you like this song.
Especially if you're a solo singer-songwriter. What the fuck does it matter
What
if
do you
it's
want from me?
stereo?
Yeah.
Like, it's not as if you got the fucking orchestra over here and the bass wasn't right.
Exactly.
That
is exactly how I felt.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fucking
what
ridiculous.
do you want from me?
But I suppose, that's, but I want another good thing. It's good for toughening you up, because if you're going to stick at it, you need to be fucking tough.
It's a it sounds like a ruthless industry, Like
It's so savage.
The industry is shit, but what you're doing live gigs, that's just where it's at, isn't it?
Yeah,
If you can, you got, even if you've got 20 people listening, if you can get 10 of their emails or even 5 of them, and you're doing shitloads of gig, that adds up pretty quickly,
Absolutely. And as does busking in the right time. Like that's, I've changed my marketing with busking and stuff, and it's sort of like I sell CDs still, but on them they've got thanks for your support, so people know. I know you don't have a fucking CD player. But
it's
I know
not
you
about
want to
that.
support.
Yeah.
And there's like a little note, and they've got ways to support me in there, and people are still willing to do that. So
well, I do. If I go to a gig, I'll buy. That makes you think you don't necessarily have to be a CD. It could be something else. It could be anything, man. That's how I suppose. I was talking to mate David about it today. About it was actually about podcasting and getting guests on. It seems that the musos, because they don't have day jobs, kind of turn up. People with other, but I think it is the musos. The music industry got hit first with the digital realm. They got wiped out come Napster, and CD sales gone, record sales gone, everything's fucked. And so musicians are the ones that actually were at the forefront of having to figure out a new way of earning money. What Nathan Cavalleri's doing with Twitch and things like that. And so if you want to know how things will be done in the future, you actually look at the music industry. And it's, and so.
Because they're scraping the bottom thinking of ideas.
Innovators.
And they're supposed to be the artists, and they're the ones that are supposed to be creative and how can we make this work?
And they've got to get away from the old way, the old industry.
Absolutely.
Screwing them rotten.
Yeah. I was watching Russell Brand the other day, and there's another, maybe not for you, I don't know, but there's another stream, and so there's like Twitch where people can donate and that, but there's like a porno Twitch as well now.
Yeah, right.
So you can just take your clothes off in front of a video and people fucking donate money to you.
Jeez.
What's
that called? I only made $17 today.
Yeah. I was watching some guys on YouTube, and they're just normal dudes, and they said, it was fucking weird, but people saying, take clothes off and give $100. And I'm like, all right.
Fucking hell.
They'd probably ask for fucking money back.
Put it back on, please.
I said take them off. They are. It's winter here.
Yeah.
But I suppose that we can come down to a fundamental question about our society as a capitalist society in general. Does everything have to have a dollar sign? Maybe if we're in Cuba and we're all getting food and the house care is taken care of all night, we could actually do what we love doing without having to worry about making a fucking quid out of it, selling our bodies.
Universal income.
They're not really getting that much food.
Newspaper and
don't
rice.
get me wrong, I still want my champagne and caviar.
There you go.
But it might be a discussion. Everything's for sale now, man. People's bodies, like you name it. And I don't know.
Fair play. It's an entrepreneurial world.
Yeah, but I think it's fair enough. But if all you have is your body, that's a bit shit.
Sad, yeah.
You know, when other people are born have a lot more than just their body to sell. You know? So it's not a level playing field from day one.
Where'd you do your recording?
Oh, geez. Which ones? The live albums? No.
No, so that was live at the Burrows, was it?
Yeah, I did two of those.
That's your first one we're talking about for people that don't know.
That was the first one, and the second one was live at the Borough 2.
Yeah.
It was a year later.
So you must have liked that venue.
Well, my mates, they owned a creative agency, a video agency, which I worked for, and they just had that space called Crater, and so they just let me use it. So it's just making the most of it. It was a pretty cool place. So, did that 2 years in a row. And then last year, 2020, I did my first proper studio. I've never recorded myself properly in a studio before. That's why I was comfortable doing the live stuff, because that's all I'd known. So I'll give the studio thing a try, and I got passed on to a really amazing producer. His name's Peter Holtz, and he's from Love Hurts studio in Annandale.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Mark Wilkinson actually recommended him. I'm not sure if you know him. He's a singer-songwriter. And Pete is an amazing musician. One of the best I've played. He can play like a million instruments, and he's super quick on the Pro Tools and everything. So he can just whip some. I want this sound.
Easy.
There.
Yeah.
But I found he was too good. Like the options became endless. You're there paying like good money a day, like $1,000 a day, and like I want 5 songs, and then you get so excited with each song.
Where do you stop? That's the issue.
And then I found myself, I was patching like lines for the recordings, like when I should just sing the whole thing through. And I was doing it to a click track because it would have been easy to add things in. It's a really good learning curve. And the songs sound all right, like they're good. But I since then I've recorded with another mate in my lounge room at Jamboree last year as well, and those recordings are so much more natural and me.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more proud of those ones.
Yeah.
I definitely continue to work with Pete, but now I know how to record myself a little bit better and not to overproduce.
Yeah. First time in a recording studio is fucking awful, man.
Yeah, it was
We
scary.
did our album last year, and I can play, but I was shit. As soon as you press record, I fucking my fingers went to butter. And no ideas. I was just amazing how good it turned out, because I was shit.
Yeah.
You know? So,
did you play to a click and all that? What is it? Rock music?
Yeah. I suppose it's probably like 70s rock or something. I suppose. Started off playing to a click. Some of them I just couldn't keep to the click. Like when we're playing as a band, the drummers keep them to the click and that. So we tried and attract them all with at least 3 pieces.
Right.
And then we overdub where we needed to. But there's one a little rough. And I kept going out of time, speeding up at the end. But it's actually like Sid, our producer, goes, man, that sounds fucking great. We'll get rid of the click track. So to use a click track because everything's in perfect time, and then if you fuck up, they can cut that bit out, slot another bit in, fucking easy.
GarageBand, baby.
GarageBand, baby.
Yeah.
But if you don't use a click track, you're never in perfect time, because perfect time's shit.
Yeah.
I think, the heart.
Yeah, it needs to flow.
It's got to flow,
it's
man.
It's got to breathe.
It's like people are like perfect time. Imagine rooting them. They'd be like a fucking robot.
So what beats per minute we're going?
Yeah. Is that all right? So no.
230. I don't know if we're going past.
69 beats a minute, man. Fucking slow.
So you did half the album.
So I did
in the studio.
No. So that was one EP, just 5 songs, and then
So Beautiful Girl was on that.
No, that was a different one.
Okay.
This first one was called Some Songs, and that was that EP done in the studio. And then the ones I did in Jamboree in the lounge room, they're called Slightly Better Songs.
Yeah.
So that was Beautiful Girl and stuff like that.
Yeah, cool.
And you can hear the room a little bit. It's more singer-songwriter, more
Yeah.
natural. And they're the ones I've been pitching. And And that leads to today. I've got a whole bunch of like songs ready to record, but I just haven't done that yet. Got a single coming out.
Oh, cool.
Couple of weeks. So yeah, that's where I'm at with my music, I guess.
Hey, and just interrupt. Adam, could you close that door? The fucking mosquitoes in here.
Oh,
and shit.
Jesus.
There's a giant one that
Yeah,
keeps,
man.
Willie's sketching out.
It's freaking out.
Yeah, I thought it was a spoiler.
I thought it was a Zeppelin. I thought, fuck this thing, it's going to burn.
What?
The humanity. Big airship. Those fucking airships are wild.
Oh, the one that blew up.
The Hindenburg. But they were floating hotels,
yeah,
man.
man.
Why the fuck haven't we got those back?
I've had that thought before.
You don't have to use any gas. You can use just a vacuum.
Yeah.
I'm surely we've got strong enough things now. We can suck all the air out. The fucking thing will just take off. You don't. Yeah. And then it will implode if it gets a hole in it.
Oh, that's good. Suffocate us all instead.
But no, that was the way to travel, man. Floating over the Atlantic, fucking 10 miles an hour, just cruising, drinking your champers and that, fucking walking around, having a bath. I want a plane with a bath in it.
Well,
Don't we all?
talk to Casey Neistat. He's probably been on one.
Definitely.
With a fucking
It'd be
bath
nice
in it.
just to get on a plane at
Who
a
is this
minute.
Casey
to be fair.
Neistat?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, you
gonna-
gotta.
You've never heard of Casey Neistat?
Nah, I
Gee,
don't know. if
you'd
he
recognise his
exists.
face. Like if you ever gone on YouTube, he's always in one of those videos in the side.
Yeah.
Is he like that guy?
pissing me off.
He's like that guy.
Yeah, he is that
Skip.
guy.
Hang on, he
that
was in a
guy.
movie with Jamie Foxx not long ago. He was like an extra.
Oh yeah. He had a cameo in that. I know the one.
Does he think he's a boxer as well?
No.
Yeah, when
He's
is
playing like
Jamie
a
Foxx
Russian
doing
asshole or something.
When is Jamie Foxx doing the Tyson movie?
I don't know.
I
He
thought
done
it was
that.
already done. It was years ago.
No, he hasn't done it.
But he was already fucking
Yeah,
shooting.
Tyson
it or
ended
something.
up coming back to fight, so maybe that.
He's not going to do that again, is it?
He is.
Is he?
He's doing it against Holyfield on the Cambosis and Tiafomo Lopez card. Apparently, that's what it says on the Triller ad anyway.
Oh, no. I think fucking Holyfield's going to smack him.
Oh, I don't know. He said
Nah, he looked pretty shit last
yeah,
time.
I haven't watched him.
He's had so much damage, man.
It's not good, though.
No, Holyfield, like, Tony Jeffries is this Olympic boxer. He's got a podcast and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was saying he used to go into
Box and
camp.
Burn?
Box and Burn, yeah, he does the Box and Burn. He's got a good business now. So he was saying, he retired, he was like 11-0 or something. And he used to go into camp with him. And he said he'd met him, like, he saw him again a year later. And he said, I spent like 8 weeks with him here, maybe 6 weeks here, something like that, throughout different stages. And he had to reintroduce himself
Every
each time
time.
he met him.
Oh.
He's like, he would pretend like he knew, but he knew that he couldn't remember who he was.
Yeah.
And the guy's like 50-something years old and he's going to box an exhibition again. It's like, come on, man.
Against Tyson.
Just like, let it go.
And Tyson's not going to go easy on him.
Holyfield
either,
needs. Oh, he seems so mellow these
Yeah,
days.
he
Just
is pretty
punching
mellow.
Roy Jones in the belly. And
Yeah, that's what I mean. But
nice.
because they're mates.
Doing
and all that.
mushrooms on a podcast about 2 weeks after.
yeah,
Eating them raw, like in front of everyone. They're stuck in his teeth and that.
Oh
They're
man,
not the tastiest. You want to make an omelette or something.
Well, it's coming from cow shit, isn't it?
they got
Well, most
rid of
things
that.
do, man.
You see, they got rid of Eben. What's his name? Eben.
Oh, yeah. Out of
Yeah.
the hot box.
They needed
Yeah.
to keep him. He was cool. Then they got Jeremy Piven on there, and I'm pretty sure Tyson and Bill Burr got the shits with him and just got rid of him.
Yeah, Bill Burr's on there.
The comedian.
Yeah, he's gold.
Yeah,
He's
pretty
good.
funny. So now they've been getting Zab Judah. But anyway, that's fucking hot boxing, not Smack Panda. So let's get back to Mark.
I do like the hot boxing though. If they want to come on the show sometime, we can show
Yeah.
them a thing or two.
Yeah,
Get over here somehow.
bring some of those mushrooms with you, and we'll have a great time.
Well, we are coming into mushroom season here, and we were just. I don't know if I was on Joe Rogan recently, and he was talking about not the man that shall never be mentioned on the Smack Panda podcast, and he was talking about boxing and psilocybin and some of the CTE problems that boxers can have. That they're now doing full on medical trials with psilocybin
Yeah,
to
they are.
reconnect the synapses and
Yep,
stuff.
and I'll put a link to
So we'll
a
be
scientist he had on.
writing you out a fucking a
Prescription.
script
Yeah.
here.
This would be fucking great.
There was a
Yeah.
scientist he had on not long ago. I think it was
Speaking of wasting brain cells.
what's that? Harrison?
Pharmacology.
Yeah.
Nah, Hamilton's.
Hamilton.
Why is it? I sent you guys that link years ago, and you never watched it until
I
it was
did.
on fucking Rogan.
I did for about 30 seconds. And then I was
always
like,
the
oh,
case.
another fucking
This guy's an
mushroom
asshole.
spill.
Yeah. Nah, man, he's good, eh?
They're the ones I listen to on Rogan, or the I love the scientific ones.
He gets some
Interesting.
fucking good guests on.
I'm sick of the comedians. I keep the comedians up.
Most of them aren't fucking funny. Like Dave Chappelle's funny.
Yeah.
Bill Burr's pretty funny
Yeah.
sometimes. I don't know who else. man.
No, you
there's
know
a-
who's my favourite?
Who is your favourite?
This is a segue to another. I guess the
Sweet.
other thing I do the music right now is in a company called Breakfast Shirts.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I wanted to talk.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you haven't got one on.
yeah. Well, it's not
Matt
breakfast. It's not
Shirts
breakfast,
or-
you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
there you go.
What's to go with that? Like, how did you start spending $800 a month on breakfast?
Yeah, well, that's how I started basically.
So you really like
Yeah, just going
breakfast?
out for breakfast, you
The
know.
best.
You know.
Best meal.
Yeah, it's the best meal of the day, and I like the vibe of it. Like you're not out. I don't know. You could talk to your
casual.
mates. It's casual.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're not, you know.
Waiter's not hanging around and being a pain in the
But you were
ass.
doing a podcast with it as well.
Yeah, we do a Breakfast Shirts podcast. Okay, we haven't done it in a while, but Breakfast Shirts 5 years ago. Just to give everyone a recap, I usually wear what I'm wearing now, just the plain white. I'm a pretty simple guy, and I had nothing that was clean, so I had a shirt like what you're wearing.
Yep.
I'm like, I'll just wear this today, and I was going with my mate who we go to breakfast all the time, and he found it unusual that I rocked up in not something that I would usually rock up, and he's like, "What are you wearing, bro? Like this? Is this Mark Crotti? What's going on?" He's like, "I'm like, Sam, you know what? I don't want to deal with it today. It's a breakfast shirt. You know, we're at breakfast. It's a breakfast shirt." He found that hilarious for some reason. I forgot about it. Next week we rock up to breakfast again, and I've fully forgotten about this, and I see this dickhead walk down in an even more outrageous shirt to breakfast.
Yeah.
So before we know it, we had like a whole group rocking up in all these outrageous shirts
Yeah.
to
Oh,
breakfast. And
yeah,
then
yeah.
we're like, 2 years of that, and we're like, got a bit of a community here who's getting behind this. Let's just start a company called Breakfast Shirts. And so now we make our own, get them sent from overseas, and that's what takes up my other half of the week from music at the moment.
Yeah.
Collared shirts or t-shirts?
Exactly
Oh,
like that.
like
They're,
that.
they're
Yeah,
collared, with wild patterns, and we do
Mark's into
matching
that.
shorts,
Yeah, yeah.
matching shorts as
He
well.
loves.
Awesome.
He's got a like post-fight shirt. Would you say?
Yeah.
And it's just loud as fuck. Like,
Yeah,
I
right.
was trying to find flamboyant shirts.
Oh, we got
Yeah.
heaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's
You-
what we do.
Sorry, I was going to say, you got to wear a cape.
Like,
If I make you a smack
Panda
panda cape, like a Superman motherfucker
I'll wear
cape.
it after.
Wear it into the ring. Be flamboyant, motherfucker.
like run to the ring.
Yeah. Just so it gets backfly.
And you get caught in a fan.
So you've done like there's a Hungry Monkey one I've seen.
Yeah, we've done heaps now.
So do you get going in collaboration with them? And
with
then,
cafes, if it aligns with the brand, like we just sell online, so like that's most of our income. But we'll team up with our brands. We've sponsored an MMA fighter, and we did a breakfast shirt with him.
Who was that?
The Ben Watson
Yeah.
guy I was telling you about.
Yeah.
So who else have we sponsored or done a collab with? Lots of cafes. So always the Balkan Butler, Rusty Rabbit, which is in Darlinghurst. It's a franchise. Hungry
Yeah.
Monkey. We got more down south coming at the moment.
Sweet.
But most of the time it's just we sponsored a Jones Jr. So which is a soul duo band in Sydney.
Okay, yeah.
We did a breakfast shirt with them. It's one of the guys from Fundamentals and Ev Jones.
Do you want to do a Smack Panda
and
one?
we can look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of
So,
pandas on that fucking shirt. That'd
Do
be
you have,
gold.
is it one stylish shirt or do you design the shirts?
Yeah, we
or-
design it. We got a local
Yeah.
designer from Wollongong, but we use a few now. I'll show you I'm not sure if this is sacrilegious to podcasting, getting a phone out. But
Nah,
just so we're
fuck
on-
it. We break
we
all
do
the
what we
rules.
want.
We've said the C word a couple of times, I'm sure.
So yeah, just there's no particular locked-in
Yeah.
style. Some of them are like just
I like the monkey one.
their fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
We got
can- can- that'd be
sunflowers and
Where do you get them
jellyfish.
from? From Bali or something like that? Or?
At the moment, China. We've got
Okay, yeah.
Ooh, that's a bad word.
yeah.
Why is that a bad word?
No, I'm joking. I don't care.
Funny, man. 10 years ago, they were best friends and suddenly we hate them. It's like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
because they
happened
won't
there?
buy our coal anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we try to fuck them over.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. It's funny. They're like really not begging for business, but they're like staying prompt on our tail to order stuff because I think they've definitely taken a hit from the factories we work with. Like a lot of people are trying not to go there anymore, including us actually. So yeah. But
No, they're cool. It's a cool idea. So how did you get the podcast rolling?
look.
What was the idea?
That's a
You
great
just
one.
thought, we'll just do you put the phone down and do it or how?
with the podcast,
Yeah.
every
Because it's at
time's been
breakfast,
different.
isn't it?
Every time's been different.
Okay.
Yeah. A couple of them at breakfast with like a Zoom.
That's the ones I listen to.
a Zoom recorder.
Yeah.
That's something like Breakfast Shirts is quite diverse in how we get out there with activations or podcast. We just want to be sort of have fingers in all pies. Like the main focus is e-commerce and selling breakfast shirts, obviously. But we're growing the brand to be able to have things like that going off. And circling back to what you were saying with Bill Burr and stuff and Joe Rogan, our favorite comedian on Joe Rogan is a guy called Theo Vaughn.
Oh yeah.
And we sponsored
the Rat King.
Yeah, with Rat King, we sponsored him. So
bullshit!
Yeah, we've met.
Man.
We've met him, and we got him when he was just not big at all. And
so you would have had like the mullet.
Yeah, he had the mullet,
full fucking mullet.
Yeah, he had the full thing. We got him
Jesus.
just as his podcast started.
Yeah,
and just hit him up saying, "Hey man, we love your," because I think he's hilarious.
Yeah,
like,
he's funny.
Full on.
it's an acquired. Yeah,
Acquired taste.
He's like a trailer park kind of dude.
Yeah. He's a recovering
user.
Yeah.
Kind of
cokehead. He's got a few.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a true story. Where he locked himself in his hotel and that.
I don't know. Everything he says, I don't know if it's true.
No.
Like, he makes up stories
But
on the fly, and it's brilliant.
Comedians are like that, aren't they? So
Yeah.
you can't really. It's not all true. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
definitely. Yeah, so we hit
He's
him
cool.
up, and we just got lucky at the right time. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'd love for you guys to sponsor the podcast." So we did one, and we got tons of sales to America overnight. And
That's
then,
awesome.
Yeah, like now we've got like video of Theo wearing breakfast shirts, which we always like repost and stuff.
Yeah.
And every time we do, like it generates sales because it's social validation. It sucks, but that's what it is.
Name of the game,
That's
isn't
business.
it?
Yeah.
And he loves us now because we were in there young supporting him, and we had like 20 people come to his show in Australia when he came, and we're all wearing breakfast shirts. So we met him after, and he wears them on the show now without us paying him to wear them.
Oh, what a
And
champion.
so we got in the right time. And
Yeah, this is a really nice shirt, Brendan.
It is. You look nice, man.
And I'll say, actually, this is from a company called Breakfast Shirts in Australia, and they make shirts that are just to be worn at breakfast. And this is actually my breakfast, this coffee. I haven't had anything yet.
and he
So
did
when
it,
did he come here? Do you remember what year that was?
it would have been the year 2019, 20. No, 19.
So he would have
Before
been
COVID, just before
fairly
COVID.
big over there, maybe, but nothing here because
This was at
he was on Rogan.
he was pretty
Pretty
huge
huge.
when he was here.
Yeah.
He was like, it was sold out, all the
Oh,
shows.
okay.
Yeah, and he was doing like probably 15 shows in Australia or something.
Wow.
He's huge now. We got him at like 50,000 followers on Instagram as a bit of a, and now he's got like a couple million or a million at least or something.
Ooh.
So it's like,
Wow, man.
we got him at the right time. But he's a legend. He's such a nice guy. He's got really like underneath all the like the whatever fucking that
persona,
humor is
yeah.
or whatever. Like he's a real genuine cares about people type of guy.
Yeah.
You know, so
Cool.
No, he's one of the good ones. He's
he's
funny.
He's
Yeah.
ludicrous.
So you did one with I can't remember his name. He went to China as a coder.
Oh my Miles, yeah. He does some of our websites.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I can't even remember what we talked about. Remind me if you do
Fucking-
remember anything.
oh.
Everything.
Well, it was pretty late, dude. So he put me on the spot.
Oh, I've thrown you under the bus here. Let me.
Yeah.
He would have talked about probably Chinese culture and how they do business, maybe, and what else. He's a surfer. He's like he's doing well in Bitcoin. Like, you know, he's one of those guys. He's like 24 or something.
Yeah,
and
we
he's,
know all about Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
who's
don't segue into
yeah,
Bitcoin.
We're not going to segue into that.
who's dropped 10 grand in Bitcoin? Raise of hands.
Oh no, he's like, I told you.
No, I did it before it was 10 grand.
Yeah. That was in early
We missed
days,
that train.
mate. We did.
I'm against it.
No, it's still not.
I'm hoping it falls over because I didn't get on board.
There's still time to get on board. It's
I'm all
still,
for change.
Ah,
man. I
we'll
don't
go up
mind.
next 500% in the next 2 or 3 years. So.
That and house prizes.
Yeah.
Fuck house prizes. This is
House prices.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Are you be renting down?
Mate, I'm with my mum at the moment.
Oh,
So
that's the
I was in
That's
Sydney.
the go, mate.
I was in Sydney, and then when the gigs dried up,
That's the way, boys.
not when you're 37.
Two mamas.
I refuse to rent.
I'm all for that. Yeah,
I fucking rented half my life.
yeah,
It's just dead money.
yeah. It is.
Yeah, you're still living in a house.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother
Yeah.
me.
I'm
That
living
is
in a
what it
house
is.
now.
Yeah.
You know.
My mum's a really good baker as well. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I touche on that.
Yeah, would have been great to go back to our mum's house.
Yeah. I never got offered. I remember when I was homeless once, and not to knock your mum.
Well,
but
there
I was
you
like
fucking
17. It fucking wasn't even an option.
Yeah.
You know, there was no home.
It's the same.
Yeah, there's this little shitboxing guy living over here. But
Yeah,
it
it's
made
good.
me who I
It's-
am today.
It's good to be loved.
Yes.
How did you guys meet each other?
I was doing Thai boxing at the time, and I wanted to learn how to actually punch because every Thai boxing gym I went to didn't really teach that.
Right.
And someone put me on to Mark's coach, and then I did a couple of classes with him on PTs, and then got hooked up with Mark, and then
Sick.
Mark was having a baby, and fuck it, like
Was he? You
Yeah.
lost a lot of
I
weight
was
for that, man.
looking
Fucking
good.
done well.
Hey, it's team sport.
How old? When was that? How old's your kid now?
She's 4.5, and
Okay.
then I've got another one that's
Probably
almost
about 5
2.
years ago then.
Yeah,
Nearly 6 years maybe.
Willie was having a kid at the same time, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And then,
You don't look so good.
sorry, the first time, Matt married my sister, so
Oh, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
we're like, oh God, here we go.
Did you ever come to my restaurant?
Which one?
The Dapto
Yeah.
one. You did?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not in the restaurant game at all now. You just
No, got out of it. It's a terrible game. It's a great game if you're young and you want to travel, and it actually has given me a lot of skills, a lot of things that I think are just common sense. When you're actually out of hospitality, you realise a lot of people don't think they're common sense. You know, like the skills you pick up, you don't even realise you had, and it was fun in that. Once you have kids, it's no good, man. You know,
Right.
so I tried to start my own business and it was successful, but I ended up doing more hours than I was working for people.
Right.
And then, long story, marriage falls apart. Then you got shared care of the kids, and you're supposed to have them taking to soccer on the weekends and that, and you got to fucking work, you know. And so I just made a decision to not do that. I'm like, I'm not fucking working when I got the kids. Fired from every job that came along. Then, well, you either work or fuck off. And I'm like, well, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And luckily, it was chefing. So I could just get it. I was fucked off from like 100 jobs in 2 years.
It's got to be one of the highest turnaround rates.
I ended up getting a job with Chefs on the Run, that was suited my personality because a chef calls up sick. There's no one. The fucking restaurant's fully booked. There's no one there, and they just call up Chefs on the Run. You got to go in there. You don't know the menu. You don't know fucking anything.
Just wing
You've
it.
just got to go in there and wing it. And I really enjoyed that. So I did that for a couple of years. But, you know, I think you hit your 30s and then you're pushing 40 and you realise you're halfway through this thing and it really does make you reevaluate. Kids are really important in my life. Family's really important. But then you need something for yourself as well. And it was always music for me, you know, and that's
That's how you met Hayley, isn't it?
so I met Hayley.
That's my sister, his
yep.
wife. Yeah.
She's a singer. So when I used to be at the bowling club, we'd finish a huge session, you know, Saturday night, and I'd pull the guitar out and go out and just entertain afterwards.
Yeah,
and,
great.
And that's what I found when Hayley and I were doing, like, living on music. We'd do some of these gigs for like 4 hours, man, of fucking covers. It was just mind numbing. It was awful.
Was
You
that
know,
when
and,
Hayley was still singing with Jimmy Barnes' brother?
I think, no, she just
That was
finished.
after that?
But I found out after doing a 4-hour shift, and when you're doing a show, you know what it's like, man. It's really concentration. It's equivalent to like a 12-hour shift normally, you know, because you just got to be on the ball and can't fuck up. But I'd go home and play guitar and sing. And, you know, and I had met chefs after a 12-hour shift where we went fucking mental. I just want to get drunk. And they would go home and read Escoffier cookbooks. And I'm like, fucking, they are chefs.
That
That
they
ain't
love
me,
it.
man. I'm not
Yeah.
fucking into that. But I realised with music, I'm into it, man. I fucking do the shit.
You know what? There's
24/7.
fucking coal miners that fucking go home and they Google coal mining and
No, they don't.
they do. I've met them and
I thought
they
you were
just make me
joking.
sick.
So,
That is disgusting.
Yeah.
fair enough.
And they
Well, that's great though, but
Yeah,
so
if you-
there's
if they-
horses
if you
for
love it,
courses.
if you love
People,
it,
yeah,
yeah.
if you love it, doesn't matter
Yeah.
what it is. Fucking picking up rubbish. Every job in society needs to be done. So
I actually met this one guy. I was only in the game, like coal mining game, a couple of years, and he fucking. I was driving this machine, and he stopped me, and he comes up and like I'd only worked with him twice, and he's like, "Oh, you know, I don't mind doing all this because we weren't cutting. Like cutting's like what everyone wants to do. It's the best part of the job.
So that's cutting the
Cutting the coal out
with a
and
big
driving
fucking knife or something.
No, I don't want to talk.
Laser beams.
It's yeah, sharks with laser beams attached to it. No, but anyway, so it's got this machine with a rotating head and it cuts the coal out. Anyway, that's all boring. And he comes up and goes, coal mining's my passion. And I just looked at him and nearly threw up.
Serious?
Yeah.
No way.
He's like, cutting coal is my passion.
That's something you tell a boss. Like, I'm not your fucking boss, mate. Shut
It
up.
was so weird.
Yeah. Well, mate, Glenn.
And then I told everyone.
Yeah. I've got a mate down in Melbourne. He works at, he's a really good chef. He's one of these people that are into it. And he's getting these guys come through and they're hipster chefs and all that. And he works at good restaurants and he's doing breakfast chefing now, but fucking high end stuff. And they're coming in, they got meat cleaver tattoos, like fucking, like this wax, they're fucking the shit and they can't make a sauce.
Yeah.
They can put things in it. And it's not really their fault, I think, because the apprenticeship system fell apart in the late 90s and you don't really get it now. You can get an apprenticeship at fucking Sizzler.
Yeah,
you probably get one at KFC, so you're not getting trained on all the basics, but you're getting trained how to make foam and how to put things cryovac and do all these things Heston fucking Blumenfeld there, but you're not getting taught how to make a fucking proper hollandaise sauce or something,
Bricks and mortar, mate.
Bricks and mortar, and all their foundations are built on sand, man. He's just fucking can't find anyone that's good down there.
What breakfast joint does he have in Melbourne? Because I'm the breakfast guy, I need to know about these things.
Shit, okay. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's Arthur's or something like that. I will hook you up. Yeah, that's great. You go down, so you travel around doing breakfast.
I literally travel for breakfast sometimes, Yeah,
do you want a beer?
Yeah, I haven't. Do you want a beer, mate?
No, I'm right. I got a water.
That's the universal beer or blowjob, something like that. Blowjob? Yeah. Well, not now. Fuck's sake.
Again?
You're wild, man. I would seriously hook you up.
Yeah, we love it.
Speaking of cafes, you're playing at Bulli.
The Heritage,
Tillman?
Yeah, Timbermill. Yeah, we're doing a show there. So
which one's is that? The new one, the new one by the basketball courts?
No, like Timbermill Gallery.
Oh, the Timbermill on the corner
there.
there.
Cafe at the front and like that. We're doing an open on the same night as your flight, 23rd actually.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, just don't worry about Fox Sports. Get down and get in on the music.
Yeah,
we'll put up a screen down there for you guys to see the fight. Won't last long, will it, mate?
Yeah, it'll be done.
We need to get on the
piss.
Sorry, guys, I gotta get back to a show.
Hurry the fuck up, man.
So, how much are tickets?
$15. Yeah, just
That's
me and a mate
steal.
that are playing. This guy I play with, he's one of the best musicians I've ever played with, and he's the most modest musician I've ever played with. One of those guys where like I'm pushing.
You can tell they're good
him.
because they fucking.
Yeah, but he's like he needs to be pushed because he just. I love it because he's just living the life. He just wants to play music. That's all he does. He's a busker.
Yeah.
And
what's his name? Give him a shout out.
Sam McMahon. So yeah, if you Sam McMahon music, I think. Oh no, Sam McMahon on Instagram. You'll find him.
That's a good name.
It is a good name, isn't it? Good music name.
The real name?
It is a music
name,
name,
real
isn't
name.
it?
Yeah, it is. He plays.
It's a wrestling name too.
Yeah, I was just about.
It is. I was going to say, yeah.
Didn't want to jump in
WWE.
and- It is.
It was WWF in my day.
It was.
I'm too old for
That's
you guys.
the world.
Who was
Wildlife
there was a
Foundation
wrestler.
now.
Vince. Well,
Yeah,
no,
Vince
he was-
McMahon.
Vince, but he wrestled. He did wrestle.
He was wrestling. He was a
He's
commentator.
He's
Commentator.
70 something
Yeah.
and jacked as fuck. He's on all the juice.
Why wouldn't you be?
You should see him. I know. He's got like a chain as a necklace, and he's just like
It's huge.
he looks good though.
Does he own that company?
Yeah,
Yeah, his
he
dad
is
started
rich
it
as
or
fuck.
something.
Yeah,
He was on that Andre the Giant doco. You see that? Poor Andre. He's a big fucker.
No, I haven't seen it, but I read
Fuck, he drank a lot, man.
some of the shit he was
He's the
drinking.
biggest drinker of all time, I think.
2
Well, he had
cases.
to be.
and shit.
2 cases, not even piss himself.
That's
like, not even need to go to the toilet.
But he had a bottle of vodka just to feel warm. That was his
Jeez.
warm up.
Yeah, well, when he had to get that spinal surgery, they didn't know how much of this the anesthesia to give him. They'd never done. No one had ever put someone that big under, and so the anesthesiologist had to ask him. So, how much do you drink? And he goes, all of it. You know, so it's like, okay,
All the beers.
What about a bottle of vodka, like a 1.5 liter bottle of vodka? He goes, yeah, I feel a little bit warm after that.
Wow.
2 or 3 bottles, yeah, I'm starting to feel it. And that's how they judged it. And it's actually called the Andre the Giant graph or something they use for large people.
He must have died because of.
The ticket, man. The heart couldn't take the size of him.
Did he have elephantitis or anything?
Yeah,
or?
basically, they could have stopped it. He had peptides or something, growth hormones that kept on. They found it and they wanted him to stop, but he just didn't.
Fucking
He
hell.
went
Can't
out.
imagine his bloody liver and kidneys and shit would have been
Oh,
in
yeah.
the best shape.
I remember the Hulk Hogan documentary.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It was towards the end of the match, like Andre the Giant and Hulk.
Yeah.
And
I remember watching that
He said
live.
to him, like, you've got to slam me.
Yeah,
And
slam
Hulk-
me now.
Yeah, and Hulk tries to pick him up and fucking
He did, though.
He
He
did.
picked him
He
up.
goes, I felt me back just snapping in half and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did. He done some damage.
Body slam.
Well,
But he body slammed him.
He's
and-
lost 4 inches or something because of his back problems, eh? Like, he
Well, in
was,
height.
yeah, 6'7", 6'8". Now he's 6'4". Oh yeah, he's getting old, but yeah, they've had to cut out his spine and shit, and he's shrunk.
Oh, fuck.
Heavy.
Sorry, mate. We'll
No,
get back to you.
You see that
I
thing?
learned a lot about WWE then.
Where he got, he was screwing Hulk Hogan. He was screwing his mate's wife.
Just
and
quickly.
His mate was owned this. His mate was a fuckwit basically, and owned this radio station. There's a billionaire guy, and he put a hidden camera in there, and he caught him doing it. And he went to, and then he put the video out online. And then Hulk Hogan sued him, and Hulk Hogan ended up winning. This guy came out and said he said something about pedophilia, that, you know, it should be okay to fuck 11-year-old kids or something like that. So the jury
my
fucking hated him.
Fucking hell.
But then,
It's probably a real bad joke.
but the guy was making a
They cut it
He
up.
was saying no, it was public. It was in the public interest of me to show this because Hulk Hogan said he had a 12-inch penis, and so the people wanted to know whether he did or not, and he didn't. And Hulk Hogan said, well, his name's Terry, I think, and he goes,
It is.
"No, Hulk Hogan's got a 12-inch penis. Terry doesn't."
Good work.
And the fucking jury bought it, man. He got like $1 billion, or he got fucking shitloads.
That
man.
is awesome.
Yeah, it was such an American thing, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it's like a Ricky Lake show, isn't it?
Ricky
Remember that
Lake,
fucking
Jerry Springer,
garbage?
baby.
Yeah, anyway, we'll get back to you.
No, I'm happy to chat about whatever.
Sam McMahon.
What do you get for
man.
breakfast, man? When
What
you
do
go,
I get?
When you
Oh.
go to an amazing breakfast place, what's your go-to?
Yeah.
Jeez, it's different everywhere. Like in Melbourne, my favourite is there's a place called it's in Brunswick. There's the Kettle Black, which do amazing kelp salt on thick bacon, but that's not it.
Yeah.
There's a place that does duck waffle, Code Black Coffee. There's 2 of them.
Okay.
They do a seasonal duck waffle.
What's involved in a duck
It's
waffle,
like
man?
savoury and sweet. It's like sriracha sauce and some other sauce, and it's just a duck on a waffle. But it's
Duck breast on
delicious.
waffle, like a
Yeah, no,
Peking
like-
duck?
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much. It's like, so it depends where I am. And you got like the Sir Charles Benedict in Melbourne as well, which I love. So I
Yeah.
love specific meals at cafes. But if I'm going to any cafe, I'll get something similar to the big breakfast the first time, just so I can see what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
messing with here. And then I know what to order the next
So
time.
you're doing
Yeah.
daily.
I go to breakfast out like every day. Yeah.
Holy shit.
What's the...
And then you busk after to pay for the breakfast, or
Yeah, well, the breakfast is, depending on how the cash flow for breakfast shirts is often on the company card for breakfast. But then I'll go, I'll usually either busk or gig, and if not, I'll try and play for 4 hours a day.
have you thought about
music?
critic being a bit of a
Nah.
breakfast critic? You know, 'Cause
Well,
you
I don't know if there's
anyway.
any... Like, you would know more than me, but
Yeah.
I'm just not impressed with any breakfast in Wollongong. I don't actually
In
know.
Wollongong?
Or in the Illawarra region. I'm
I
trying
go
to
to that
think.
though.
Maybe
It's
like if you go down to your way, I think
Alexander's.
Hungry Monkey and that do okay
decent.
things.
Yeah.
But
Really good
up
monkey.
in Wollongong, man, I'm just not quite
Yeah.
sure
Oh,
where I'd
where's
go
the
for breakfast. you know.
Opus.
Oh, they do bagels though, isn't it? Isn't it? All-
No, man. Oh, they do sick breakfast.
Oh, do
My
they really?
first time there last week, and I was really impressed.
Oh, because they only
was
originally
that?
they were just a bagel place. I thought they did funky as bagels, but I
I
didn't
did
realize.
get a bagel. No, I got a big breakfast, and like it was a pastrami and bacon, and you could tell it was all really
Yeah.
fresh. And
Oh, sorry, Mark.
Next to
Oh, you can't eat. Oh, dude.
next to Amigos, man.
Yeah, but the Hungry Monkey's awesome too. Like,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
solid. Yeah, but there's some good joints around. There's some-
Arthur's and have you been to Arthur's in Port Kembla?
No, I haven't.
Look, they're probably more of a lunch thing, but they can cook, you know. And I like the fact that for lunch they've got a fridge, and like with sandwiches, all that type of made, and they've actually got 3 big bowls of ever-changing salads at the bottom. And that's what I want for lunch. I don't want a nice salad. I'm into that. And the only place in the Illawarra that has a fucking salad on, you know, that you can go and
Yeah.
I want that salad with a bit of that. And it's really strange, man.
It's a weird place to eat, to be fair. Not for breakfast, but for other meals, like, it's not that many good places to go and eat. Like, you struggle if you like good food and you're a bit
Yeah,
of a
yeah.
snob.
My
Even
worst
when you go
nightmare-
out to eat
Oh, no, go on.
dinner, it's just...
But
Yeah.
I have to put my hat on the table and say the best chef or the best food in the Illawarra is up at Mount Kembla. It's Ruby's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man,
They're
that
pretty
boy can cook. Like he
Yeah.
trained in England with, I don't know, like Gordon and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
But just I've tried them all, you know, because my wife's a lawyer and that, so we go out to their meals, and some of them are atrociously not very good. You know, like I'm not going to talk about any of them. And some of them are very good. There's high rank. Rookie's pretty good. Babyface is pretty good in that. But I think Ruby's.
Where is Ruby's?
Mount Kembla. Do you know Mount Kembla
No,
pub?
I don't.
Okay, there's Mount Kembla. There's Mount Kembla pub. Keep going past that, and you end up in this tiny little village, and there's a house to the side of it. It's in the old post office.
Yeah, right.
And he's mainly a wedding venue, I think, but he does Friday and Saturday nights. But
Sick.
you're in safe hands, man. You go there, you sit down, and because being an ex-chef, I get stressed out I sit down
your
and
expectations are like.
Well, I just get stressed out seeing other people who haven't got their food, and I can see that lady out there looking around. She hasn't, the waiter hasn't fucking poured her wine. I'm like, fuck, and I get nervous.
You take it on.
I do, for all the rage it used to be. We used to go to restaurants. They said, "Do you want to sit next to the chef's table, next to the kitchen?" I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I want to be around
Put
the
me in the corner.
I want my food to come from Fairyland. I want to see these hairy motherfuckers touching my shit.
Are you like that at gigs?
Sorry?
Are you like that at gigs?
What do you mean?
Well, they're taking too long to come onto the stage.
Oh, no.
The fucking strings aren't tuned.
No. You mean going to gigs
Yeah.
like that? No, I don't go to gigs. I'm always gigging. Like, that's the conundrum
That's
of
good.
being a musician. I had the Teskey Brothers booked in and John Butler Trio, that Somersault Festival, but it got cancelled.
Didn't the Teskies play over here like a few months ago? It was end of last year. I think they might have actually got a gig in. I think they did.
Yeah.
We'll probably be filming them next, the Smack Panda Productions.
Yeah,
man.
it's coming.
Sick.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Right up everyone's bum.
Maybe.
Not at the
I don't know
bum.
about
Anyway,
that.
so have you toured much or just...
No, I haven't. There was an opportunity before COVID, which I could have gone over to Europe or somewhere and tried a little tour, but no.
What about Australia?
No,
just up
I
and
haven't
down the
put it
coast?
together. I'm finding I'm at a weird stage. It's hard to navigate this part of my career because I play gigs to make money and to live. And if you overplay gigs, it's hard to get people to come to shows because if they can see me at the Hungry Monkey every Thursday night or every Friday night, and they get front row seats there, and why are they going to? So like
For support.
Yeah, well,
they should.
They do.
Yeah, but
and they will. But if you're
balancing,
gigging 4 times a week, which is what I need to do a lot of the time to make money, and it's like there's a weird balance. And
you're going to try and separate, like we've had other music guests on. They separate their original personality from their making money personality. Are you going to look at doing that?
I don't know. I'm just trying to that's probably something I should have a think about. Like, you mean having like a stage alias and a...
I think so, yeah. Because you're a different beast when you're playing at a wedding, and you're not there. People aren't there to see you. You got to...
No.
In fact, you're not there to fucking rock
You're
the
not
boat at
there.
all, man. You're not there. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. But play softly so we got nice shit going on.
Weddings are all right because like I'm in the background and people don't expect, but it's just the gigs, the weekly gigs. So yeah, just at a weird stage with growth. And
I think that is the hardest stage though, when you're kind of going to right, but trying to get anything past that, it's like a bit of a brick wall.
Yeah,
Can be.
absolutely.
It's like fucking. We were talking to Anthony Snape. He was on. He just came back from Nashville, and everyone over there seems to help each other out, and it's a real community. There's a vibe. There's good soil. Fucking music's in the blood, and there seems to be a little bit more of insulation.
oh, massively.
Here, that this is my gig. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's the
um,
Wollongong mentality. I think.
People
Yeah, I
are
don't
very
want to just
protective.
hassle Wollongong,
Yeah.
but maybe it's just a small town.
I think we
thing,
just got to
and,
change that.
Yeah, well, that's what we're trying
Thinking.
to. Yeah,
There's just not many abundant thinkers in the music realm. Like I've hit musicians up and like I've offered to pay them to come on tracks with me. Like, I need a piano player. I really love your playing.
yeah, fucking
And they don't
hell.
even reply to me someone because they're too pretend.
I was like that with violinists. I've written a whole fucking album. It's not too bad. I was often to pay them $300 a session.
Yeah.
Fucking no reply in that. Or to say, nah, I'm like, I hurt my finger. I'm like, what the fuck? Are they, well, it's
Are
just
they
weird.
musicians? They should be wanting to play
No, they
all the
are. They
time.
got their own shit going on. And I just don't understand
wanna
it.
play on
Like, you don't
Instagram.
want $300 for fucking 4 hours?
It's
Like,
there's similar in all
I'm going to learn
industries, I think.
violin.
is it like that
Yeah.
with your,
Well, I've talked to people about doing like development camps, and I know other coaches have talked about getting people over to do clinics and stuff, and not having any responses from any. I think a lot of the time it's an intimidation thing, maybe. Like, they don't want to be exposed. Whether they're, I don't know. It's a bit different in music because you have to hear what they're doing. You know if they can play or not, I guess.
But it's all
But
about,
I don't know,
I hate the
like-
word networking, but you got to get out there.
Yeah, you
We
do.
could all be sitting there fucking watching TV and not doing this,
Yeah.
but you just have to do things.
And if everyone else is doing well, like there's a better
Yeah,
chance you
That's
will.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Industry,
exactly
look
right.
at the building industry is a perfect example.
Yeah.
Everyone's fucking booming at the minute.
Yeah.
The market,
Yeah.
booming.
No one's
Everyone's
going,
doing
we've
well.
got enough builders.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
don't get
Well,
any more.
restaurants are classic. Like if you open a restaurant, then you have someone open next door. That ain't a bad thing because that means more people think, "Fuck, we can go to that area. We can have a choice." And if there's 5 restaurants in a row, that's fucking great.
gonna
Now you've got a
want people
scene.
there, yeah.
Whole town's going to
Yeah.
fucking come there, man.
And get
you know?
Mark to play.
Yeah, that's right. And then critique the breakfast.
Yeah. It's
At the
fucking
same
shit.
time, shit, fucking bacon.
Well,
These waffles,
do it. You do a bit of a comedy act.
Oh, I try to tell some jokes, like just to break it up.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
intentional at the start. Like the first one, I was just randomly saying stuff and people were laughing. I'm like, oh. Then afterwards, I realised it started to become part of it.
Yeah, I think that's
Makes
like
sense.
after Nathan Cavalieri, who kindly gave us a shirt each.
Yeah, shout out to Nate. Man.
Yeah. Anyway,
I meant to pay for it, but I felt weird. Well, I don't think he wanted money. It would have been all weird if I tried to offer him money for it.
Anyway, thanks.
I hope you don't think I'm a tight cunt.
So
There's that C word. Yeah, buddy.
yeah,
tight.
well, we haven't said it in a couple.
Yeah, man. Because I haven't had any beers in so long.
Spencer, we missed you over here.
How many beers does it take to get to the Z word for you?
Not
2?
many.
Oh,
It'll be half of one this time.
oh none.
But anyway, like, so it's not just a playing music show. Usually, you go and watch a band and they don't really talk. They just say this song is fucking whatever. And the band starts.
But that's shithouse. That's bad showmanship.
yeah.
man.
Now
you're
like
putting on a
Nathan's
show.
sitting there and telling
Yeah.
stories and this of parts of his life, and you've got like the thing you're doing with like a little bit of comedy in that. Like,
Yeah.
I think it adds to the whole
I think so.
show.
Yeah.
If you if you put a story behind the song, that's what I'm trying to do. And
Well, what's Beautiful Girl like? What's that
that
about?
one, you know what? That's one of those songs where there wasn't a hit. I actually heard a song on Spotify and I just started singing a melody. That's one of the ones where you just write. Sometimes you sit down and you write, I just want to write a song because I want to write a song.
Yeah.
That sort of didn't come from a place of
You met this chick.
emotional. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
well, it was kind of aligned to that, but some I find like probably 20% of my songs are like, I want to write a song, this is the theme. But all the rest sort of come from the heart, I guess. So that's probably the wrong one to ask about the story with.
Yeah, because I think Katie asked. She wanted to know.
Oh, she wanted to
Katie,
know.
we're going to have to get Katie on the podcast.
I'm trying to talk her into the wiggle style fucking.
Oh, she's doing
teaching
the
me.
Wiggles. Oh.
Maybe.
Oh, fun fact! I worked for the Wiggles in school as what's that thing you do? When you have to work for a week. Work experience. Yeah, work experience. So I was polishing Dorothy's head on set, like working for the Wiggles, holding the boom,
Oh yeah.
holding the boom, and segue to the Wiggles.
Yeah. Well, we got a few Wiggles connections. Mate, Matt is the bass player for Murray's band,
Matt
the Soul
Crawford.
Movers.
Shout out to Matt
Shout out
Crawford.
Matt's got to
Matt.
come. Shout out to Matt. Thanks for helping us out last week.
He's our tech guy.
Yeah, he's our
right.
tech guy. He'll be the fill-in presenter.
Excellent
probably.
bassist, actually.
Is he?
Need a
If
ba-
you
oh,
need
yeah.
a bassist, holy shit.
Yeah, holy
The
shit.
tech
And he's
guy
the-
or Murray? Because Murray's in the bass as well.
no, Murray's playing guitar.
Matt,
okay.
Matt Crawford.
Matt Crawford, actually, and he's the type of guy that would actually turn up.
That's
You know,
good.
so-
It's hard to find.
Yeah, he turned up for us.
Yeah.
He turned up, man. He turns up
Jesus.
every time.
Late notice and all. Good on him.
Best button presser around.
That's what it's
Get that out there.
Well, how'd you get the trumpet player on?
No, that was a synth. That was Peter.
Oh, really?
Peter Holtz, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Did your dad
Yeah.
pick it? Did your dad hear that?
No, he heard a couple, but
Okay.
yeah, I remember
Dad's
Dad.
a trumpet player.
He's like the muso run through guy.
He played trumpet on our. We got him in for a session to do. I was sick of doing guitar solos on my album, so trumpet solo, bluesy
Yeah,
song, would be
sick.
great. And like, he's Pete the Beast,
Pete the
he's
Beast.
been on the show and he's quite a softly spoken cat and all that. And he turns up and he's dressed like Miles Davis, fucking smoking and shit, and a big leather jacket.
I don't believe
Fucking-
that at all.
Yeah, man, he had some pot on him and everything, man. I'm like, fucking, what's happened to you? And he's like, yeah, man, let's fucking blow.
It's getting in character.
It's getting.
So your whole family is musical.
Yeah,
Yeah, great.
yeah.
Yeah,
I,
Mum plays as well, doesn't she?
Yeah, she plays piano. I
Oh,
picked up the
sick.
guitar late. I remember actually I was telling Cavalier that I was seeing him on Hey Hey and like I wanted to play guitar after that.
Yeah, right.
Parents are like, no, you will never, because I was one of them kids that couldn't focus on anything. I was just bouncing like off walls and
I'm one of those adults. Who does that.
yeah. But yeah, I always wanted a guitar, and they're like, nah, you'll never stick at it. So I bought myself one, and
Yeah.
Yeah, got half decent at it. Like,
Sick.
yeah,
That was a
but,
big compliment for you to give yourself.
it is. I don't like it.
yeah.
It fucking hurt.
Willie's
Yeah.
one of those guys that's pretty good at a lot of little things, and he just writes himself off.
I think
Well,
that's an inbuilt in musicians.
That's a good thing to do. I hate
Yeah,
that whole
it
fucking I'm
is,
awesome
yeah.
shit.
No, I like the modest approach.
Yeah.
Like having a V8, but you just cruise around in it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you don't want to show how much power it's actually got, but so you just kind of
Yeah,
Yeah, I had a
absolutely.
mate that had a V8 in New Zealand, and we were also broke over there. We couldn't afford to drive fast. He was driving really slow. And if you know New Zealand, there's not like they don't have highways, or they never used to when I was there. And so summer holidays, there's like 100 cars behind you, and he's going fucking slow. And you come up to a hill, and there's an overtaking lane, and everyone goes to go past, and he drops it, goes boom. Fucking see you later. 500 meters later, back to 50k. Fucking great stuff.
So who's your influences now?
Oh, changes all the time. But
Yeah.
I actually made a playlist recently because I was playing at Art House at Port Kembla. The Art House, you know that
The-
place?
Kembla.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, man. Yeah.
Art House
I
Cafe.
might have. I
Near
think
the
I drove
vegan-
past you. I meant to come in and.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
When I was playing.
well, I had the wife and the kids, and I'm like, "Baby, there's someone playing?" And yeah, she's like, "No, the kids are crying and all that stuff."
No, he sounds shit. Fucking
Yeah.
driver.
We've played. I think I played there before. Actually,
Yeah, it's
someone thought I was Nick Reinberger from the ABC. And
No way.
So, hey, Nick, how you going? All that. No, I didn't really hear them, so
Well,
yeah, I'm
thanks.
going all right. And it was too late.
Wait,
I
what?
was in the conversation by then, so I had to pretend to be Nick
You have to
Reinberger.
go along with it.
You kind of look like him.
Last time I played there, I was like, when my lips would touch the mic, the power was dirty. So like, I closed my eyes and then it'd flash of white.
Holy
so
shit!
I'd go, that's still singing, like, come back on and like touch. That's a vivid,
Why?
yeah, it
Were they condenser mics? Or?
It was a hypercardioid, so I think that may
They
have
must.
been an issue.
They had the power.
The
on.
power was.
Yeah.
I think they're
the phantom
just
power
running
honestly.
dirty. Yeah,
Ugh, shit, that's no good, man.
No.
I freaked out.
Fucking hell.
But
Yeah.
anyway, good gig. Anyway, point of that was a guy came up and he was very interested in. He's like, oh, I can't remember what he said. He said, "You're too young to be singing such soulful songs. I really love all this stuff you're singing, and I don't get compliments like that often. So really appreciate when someone makes the effort to
Yeah.
have a chat about music." Because, you're always self-critical, and if you do it 4 times a week, you think you sound shit. And, it's good when someone's really genuine with it. And he was asking about all my interests, and he'd never heard of Paolo Nutini and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he was telling me about who he's listening to at the moment, getting back into names forgotten me. Anyway, so I put together a playlist of my biggest influences recently, so I can answer your question.
And it's on Spotify, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I think it's called Songs I Wish I Wrote. Something like that.
Oh, what was the
Beautiful.
number one song you wish you wrote?
Well, okay, it's not in
Blue
any...
Moon?
No.
No, it's a good song.
Blue Moon by Nick Drake? Oh, no,
No,
that's
that was
Pink Moon.
No, Blue Moon, the really old ones from the 50s. Blue Moon.
Oh, God.
I saw you standing.
Who sings
alone.
Why did you guess Blue Moon?
unbelievable.
Because I think I heard Bill Bailey talk about the song he wished he wrote, and it was Blue Moon. And then
in
I
there.
never thought of that until I actually listened to the song again. I'm like, oh, that is a fucking nice song.
Yeah.
And,
I'll have to listen to it after because I don't think I've heard it.
yeah.
It's old.
But Pink Moon, I was going to say
Oh,
Nick Drake
right.
is a singer-songwriter. Like that's kind of what I'm into as well. And Pink Moon just has to be my
Amazing.
second or first favorite album for that. Like, and he committed suicide a couple of weeks afterward. Like, you can hear someone dying on fucking album, man. Like,
Yeah.
the emotion is just unbelievable. He invented an English blues that wasn't based in the blues. When I first heard Pink Moon, I was driving back from Melbourne. My brother gave me a tape, and I thought it was a new artist. I'm like, holy fuck, who is this? The album was done in 1969, and that was in
Yeah.
about 2003 or 4. I first heard it. I'm like, fuck, this was just unbelievable.
I only heard
man.
that story that he committed suicide after that because the album got no recognition and he put all this work in it. That's what
And
someone was
he
telling
always
me.
had problems. He had a problem in the nut, man. You know, his best friend is another great artist. I don't know if you heard John Martin. So John Martin, man, he's up there with Nick Drake. So they were best friends, and John really tried to help out Nick Drake. And John wrote this fabulous album called Solid Air, based on his best friend Nick Drake, who killed himself. But this American guy was over there, and he just written his memoirs, and he said he went to John Martin's house, and they're sitting there in the lounge, and they're getting wasted and having a good time, and it was only like 4 or 5 hours later, he saw an apparition in the corner stand up, and then walk out the room, and Nick Drake had been in the room for fucking 5 or 6 hours, and he hadn't even known he was there.
Wow.
This guy, and it wasn't a big room, he said, man, this guy was just in the fucking corner, he didn't even see him. And that's, yeah, man, like fucking,
weird.
yeah.
Creepy shit.
Yeah, well, he just had the aura about him or something. And fuck, could he play? Oh my God. What a guitar player. Fantastic stuff.
So why did you pick up a classical guitar?
A guitar.
I've only
Guitar?
good there. How many beers have you had?
No, it's an Italian version.
Because I'm Italian. Because you're so thoughtful.
Guitar.
I don't.
But in instead of picking up an acoustic, say,
I've recently found that I think my voice is more suited to nylon.
The nylon,
strings.
yeah.
It's not like I'm playing like a classical guitar player. I'm just playing like a steel string guitar
nice
on a
sound.
nylon.
I think not a lot of people do it either, you know, so it really does suit your voice.
Yeah, I think I'm
Isn't
just
it?
learning that as well. I'm pretty new to all this as well, so I'm just sort of figuring it out. But I love Jose Gonzalez. He's in
Yeah,
business
yeah.
as well, that
There
type
we
of
go.
stuff.
So he reminds me a lot of Nick Drake, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
The Nick Drake, actually, he played a Get Back to Him. He did 3 albums over the course of 4 or 5 years, and he had one guitar, an old Guild, and evidently he never changed strings. So for the
They
whole
must have
3
been dead as
albums,
fuck.
yeah,
How
they
is
were.
that B string still there?
Yeah, no, yeah, man, the whole, and he did gigs and that, not that many, but it was all done on one set of strings.
Wow.
But the Pink Moon album, they're dead as fuck, and they sound great.
Because it suits the
it,
mood
man.
and everything.
Like, you know, any sound is a sound. It doesn't.
Yeah.
There's no good or bad sound. In the right context, this sound can fucking work. You know.
Well, I have
And
Sepultura when they first they landed an album fucking in a studio. First time they were all way too excited. They forgot to tune the guitars. So the fucking whole
It's hard
album
to
is
sound
out
good.
of tune.
No,
That's pretty hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to sound good if you got out of tune guitars,
right.
man.
Yeah, but I got
Excitement.
So who we got? Jose Gonzalez, the
He's in the
first
list.
album or later stuff? The one of crosses.
you
on it?
know, his most recent release is my favorite Jose song.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure if you've heard it.
No, first album I loved, and then there's so much
the
music
same.
there. I
Yeah.
kind of didn't fall back into him. You know.
Yeah, no, he's on here like once or twice. This is my list of.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
we'll put a link
back
to it.
Yeah.
We should
Yeah.
do a Smack Panda one as well.
100%. I'd be interested to hear what you guys are. I got Ray Montage in here, Amos Lee. You know,
Oh, yeah,
he's
Amos
one
Lee.
of my favourite. Sun Little, California Honey Drops. The last couple of years have been frothing on those, getting into more blues. The Wood Brothers, Parlo.
Paolo Antini, I saw him.
Yeah.
He opened for Led Zeppelin in
Ooh,
2007 when I got tickets. So,
I've seen him as well. Actually,
yeah. What a voice.
Where was that?
Is he Irish or?
he's like Scottish-born Italian,
Yeah.
Irish as well.
But
or
he's
something,
kind of got
like
this Rod Stewart
three.
voice. He's a cool cat, man. He does. It's nice. It's interesting music that he
Yeah,
does. You
well.
know? Soul, but it's cool. You know.
Yeah, I saw him at when I was working at radio. One of the hosts took me to Universal, and like they had Parlo playing just for the office. There was like 50 people in there, and Ed
Oh,
Sheeran
wow.
was there as well, and like all these people were around. And Parlo, that's the first time I ever heard of him, and he had a real like a sore voice. Like he shouldn't have been singing.
Yeah.
But I think all the big dog Sony people, whoever it was, were there, so he got up and sung anyway.
It's such a weird gig being a musician for that. Like you're
singing,
fucking singing monkey.
Just doing, that's
Wind this fucker up. Look at that. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's drink some champagne.
That's exactly
It's
what it
fucking
was.
weird, man. You know.
Yeah, that's what it was. But he, even with that voice, he was.
Well, what you do is you
blew
blow
me
them away. It's like,
And that's
fuck
what he
you.
did.
This is what I do.
Yeah, and see you guys later. Fucking.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And he basically did do that because I didn't see him after that.
Fucking good. You got to do this shit, Paolo.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Have you guys heard of you interested Stephen Fretwell?
No, I like the last name.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a guitar name, isn't
Can
it?
he play?
You got to do some research on this guy
Yeah.
if you like singer-songwriter stuff. So he's like he's got a bit of a cult following in the UK because he released this album. I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or something, or maybe not even 6 or 7 years ago. Let's say 10. Amazing singer-songwriter, one of my favorite singer-songwriter albums. And then he just disappeared, like off the face of the earth. And there was a hashtag that started Find Fretwell,
Yeah.
Because
Great.
he just disappeared for like 3 or 4 years or something, and then last year he rocked up at an open mic night, sung one song, and then left again.
Oh, that's
shit.
great. Yeah, I love that.
Chappelle kind of did that, didn't he? When Chappelle finished the
yeah.
Chappelle show, he just disappeared, and then he was turning up in parks,
Yeah, just doing free
like doing little
stand-up.
free gigs.
Went to
Imagine being at
Africa.
that park.
Oh,
Fucking hell! Look at this black guy. What's he doing? Just starts like slaying on like,
Yeah.
jokes and that.
There's a couple of guys I liked in New Zealand that used to go around doing fucking really full-on poetry, like in pubs and that, and they just turn up, fucking rough-ass pubs, put a fucking soapbox down, stand on it, then sprout Shakespeare and stuff. Just
Really?
fucking go for it, put poetry back in the people, man. And they fucking, it went off. People loved it. You know, like, that's... Like
Didn't
these
the
high
Vikings-
art things are fucking, they're not supposed to be for rich people
Yeah.
and all that. They're actually supposed, they started on the gutter.
For the peasants.
You know, they're for normal people,
For
man.
us.
And yet somehow it's been separated and now you have to listen to fucking Beyonce or something.
Didn't the
She's probably
Vikings
one of the better
start poetry?
I don't think they started it.
Yeah, I don't know.
People doing poetry for a while, man.
Yeah, with Vikings.
I feel like they would have
Pretty old.
stolen it.
They're not that
Yeah,
old.
probably stole it. Yeah. So what's it like being an independent artist? Like, is it something that you'd
fucking battle,
recommend?
bro. Like, no. Oh, I don't know. I love doing it, but it's, I don't know, it's always up and down. Like,
It's a grind.
mentally. Yeah, yes and no. Just because, you know, you get old and like all your friends start doing adult things like buying properties and
Getting into
married.
debt.
Yeah, getting into debt and just
But
settling down.
That's where I
and-
think the true metal of a musician comes out. Are you one or not? You know, like my mate Paul, man, 4 kids, mortgaged, earned fuck all money, but kept on doing it. You know, and that's where, when push comes to shove, that's where you see where you're at. You know, like, was this a thing I was just fucking around with, or was this my destiny? Is this what I'm going to do? You know, and it's a tough one, man. It's easy to go either way, isn't it? You know,
Yeah, it is.
but you can do it. Like, all the tools
absolutely.
are out there for a musician.
Well,
now.
how long have you been doing it now? As just a purely a
as
musician?
like 5 years, yeah.
Fuck.
And
Fucking
Well, you're not
bad.
dead.
I'm not dead. Yeah, no. It's helped me realign my priorities. And like, I thought I was more interested in security of like money and jobs and
Yeah.
stuff, but I've been doing this for 5 years.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
none of
yeah.
that.
And that's
yet-
all fake.
But
Yeah,
I think
there's
it
no
really,
security.
There's a lot of ideas of
What
what's
security
safe
is,
and
yeah.
secure and
Like,
but you're
full-time
going to
jobs.
die.
They are.
feel shit
Like,
in
we're all going to
yourself,
fucking
though.
die at some
Yeah.
point, aren't we? You know?
Yeah.
I never thought about. I'm like, I now want a van, and I just want to like go.
Yeah.
Down. I'm one of
Don't
those
you have a
guys. No, I got an X-Trail. It's close enough, mate. It's
Yeah.
pretty fucking good. I'm trying to start a movement with the Nissan X-Trail. Actually, every time I drive past another person in Nissan X-Trail, just this across.
Yeah, like
across
the X-Men.
Yeah, so if you know
X
anyone, tell
people.
them that's it. But
So
yeah,
is that Sam's van in
which
one of your photos?
Yeah, that's a mate who photographer.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Because it looked pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like,
it's sick. It broke down today, actually. He messaged
Oh,
me.
wow.
Rest in peace.
I
Yeah.
thought, fucking hell, he's touring around in a van, like living the life.
I think that'll be the next step for me.
Oh,
'cause,
sure.
I'd like to go up and, I'm sure you guys have heard this so many times, but I'd like to go up and play a bit in Byron.
Well, Nathan's playing up there next
He's
gig.
doing the Blues Fest, isn't he?
Yeah.
I thought he might have got along.
You'll have to get on
film
that.
It's not that easy.
No.
Getting on that motherfucker.
No way.
No.
Would be good to get on.
outside the fence.
Just keep. That's right.
Oh yeah, TV crew.
Well, actually, there's something we said for actually standing outside the gates where people come in and just fucking play and play really well, man.
Yeah.
Just
People
fucking
would stop.
smack them. You know, get into it.
You have to put a brekkie bar in the van, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Would be.
Fuck yeah. You're not allowed in without like a loud shirt on.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Brekkie Fest.
I haven't done it yet, but I was going to start Illawarra's best banh mi.
Oh,
Yeah, which I think will be
true.
really because everyone's doing banh mi now, and
Yeah.
there's
What's
a,
that?
What's the Vietnamese pork or chicken
Oh,
roll?
It's like
Yeah.
one of
you know?
those $6 rolls, like usually get.
Fucking-
Are they
Yeah,
$6
if you go to a nice place, they're like $20 and that, but the heaps better one is like down at the local bakery for $5.50 or something.
Yeah,
you know?
like it.
So there's, I've tried most of them, but yeah, and they change as well, man. Like I really, at the moment, I think Sam's Crusty Bread and Caramel is doing the
Okay.
best one.
Right.
But fuck, like 2 months ago they weren't, you know, so.
It's all about the chili ratio, I find.
It is, well, the pate as well.
Yeah.
And I actually like when they put a long bit of radish in there.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've noticed a lot of them are fucking around and they're not even, They're not even putting
Finally, he's living.
This is helping you lose weight.
700 calories.
They're gross. They're gross. Don't worry.
But and some of them are not
getting
even
hungry.
fucking putting vinegar and seasoning the carrot.
Fuck that
I'm like,
place
what the
off.
fuck is this? You know, like you're trying to fuck. We don't know what seasoned carrot is. you
They're
know?
trying to save on the carrot. You know?
Yeah, well, they can't be bothered putting a little bit
Yeah.
of dressing in the carrot, man. That's like the
Yeah.
banh mi is a perfect thing, isn't it? Like
Oh, it's
it's a amalgamation of French and Vietnamese cultures into one thing, and oh fuck, it's
Is
stunning.
it?
It
Oh,
is
you know
just.
what?
Yeah.
I didn't
It's
know
one-
that was the. Yeah, well.
Yeah. So
Like
the
the
filling's
Vietnamese-
Vietnamese, the bread is French.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
The food that in Vietnam was amazing that I found.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Sick.
and it was cheap.
I haven't been, and I want to do a
beautiful.
food tour. That's what I want to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
man.
great.
Did you
Yeah.
go just Saigon when you were there? Or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went Saigon.
Is it called Saigon or Ho Chi Minh
No,
City?
but
Both.
Is
the
it both? Is it
the old schoolies call it Saigon.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Right. Yep. I'm with you now.
Yeah.
Same place.
Yeah,
Mm.
Ho Chi
So,
Minh. is
okay, so yeah,
like after the war, Ho Chi Minh.
and is Saigon south or north? It's
South.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was in South Vietnam.
Yeah.
Then
That-
what was the capital of the north?
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
Hanoi.
Yeah, Hanoi
Yeah.
Rocks. Yeah, they were
There's
an
a-
80s metal band actually.
Really?
That's a
Hanoi
restaurant
Rocks,
in
yeah.
Timer, actually.
Is it?
It is.
Is it true Vietnamese?
Hanoi on Manning or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
Actually, it
Might
wasn't
have to go and
good.
check it out.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
There's some good. Actually, there's some good food in Kiama. I think
There
my mate's
is.
just moved down.
Hai Long Bay.
Yeah.
So Hai Long Bay is at the north, right up the north.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard, I haven't been there because I only just went to Saigon as well. But you can get you can eat anything there because they eat whatever you want. Fucking monkey brains is on the menu.
Oh, no.
I don't want to eat a monkey
Oh,
brain.
No, but
What goes through your mind to think I want a monkey brain?
Ugh.
Just give me a fucking steak.
Well, I can see myself fucking.
there's
Honestly,
a
I'll be a
hierarchy of
vegetarian by the
food.
time I'm 50. I think.
Isn't there?
You try it? You try monkey brain?
No, I'll try being a vegetarian. Like, I can
right.
see it. Like the older I get, the more I love life. Like not to be
Yeah.
too hippie, but man, I'm just stunned by this planet. I think it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I never appreciated it in my 20s, 30s or so. I think this is pretty amazing. Now I'm in my 40s. I'm just blown
Yeah.
away, man. This fucking is amazing. I love being here. And I don't think it
lots of
really, the idea of killing things and eating them when I don't have to, it's probably going to grate on me. I think eventually I'll stop doing it.
I do love a good steak.
I do.
I love meat too much.
Yeah, I like the taste, man.
did you try the
Wow.
scorpions and that when you were there?
Yeah, I had scorpions.
Did you like them?
I think I was a couple beers down at the time, or cocktails down.
Yeah, it was like
just crunchy.
beef jerky.
Yeah, it's kind of
salty, and the crickets were
They
good.
deep fried them, don't they?
Yeah.
Anything deep fried tastes
exactly
good.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
but
crunchy.
it was a lot like beef jerky.
A lot
but
of
I thought-
protein in it, eh? More
Yeah.
protein than cow and stuff,
Yeah.
man. We should actually, like when there's a locust
Yeah.
plague, we should be out there fucking catching the things and eating them.
Although that what was that? Doomsday preppers. They were doing shit like that, like breeding shitloads of crickets for the
When I was
apocalypse. and-
busking in the rocks 2 years ago, there was a stall there that for the markets, and they were selling bugs, like
Edible bugs.
bugs. Yeah, it was like a once-off
shipped
pop-up.
over or something.
No, like they cook them somewhere, like out west, and they sell bugs in a packet, like chips as well. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah.
But when you think about it, what's the difference between that and eating a rotting cow? You know, like
No, there's not.
There's no difference.
We've got a hierarchy of animals, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Where we won't eat that, but we'll eat this.
Yeah,
just
whereas
'cause they're
insects are
human.
actually better for you.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Man, you know what's hard to find? A good Kransky roll.
Yeah.
I think.
Fransky, yeah.
You mean like a hot dog roll?
Like a German roll
Like
with
full
like
German
with
sausage.
sauerkraut, and to find a good one there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Occasionally there's a
With
German one
mustard,
that goes to the food on a Friday or
Yeah.
Thursday
I'm
night. There
pretty
used to
sure
be a good
I've
one
had it.
there.
Was that in Black Van or?
Yeah. Actually looked the part, but it wasn't the greatest.
Wasn't that good. That's what
Yeah.
I mean. Like German's hard to find good food here, and that was probably my favorite food in any country I've been to was in Germany.
Yeah.
With the sauerkraut.
Quality-wise,
yeah,
yeah,
oh
the
yeah.
pork
The good
knuckles,
mustard,
man.
not that shit mustard.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Even
it.
the
I do like it.
pretzels, like the big baked pretzels, they were alright,
They're,
man.
I
didn't
always
mind
liked
them.
the idea of a pretzel. It's kind of like a candy apple.
It is.
When you're a kid, you
Yeah,
liked
the
it.
idea
When
of
you ate
it's
it,
good.
When you had it,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, oh, wasn't that fucking good?
I didn't mind them. The pork knuckles they had them in a window, and like
Yeah.
I'd just eaten a sausage platter with like, it must have had 12 different sausage types on it. Even a boiled one, which was so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird concept, but so
Okay.
good. And we'd eaten that, had a couple beers, and then walked down and saw these pork knuckles in the window, and me and him just looked and went, we can't walk past it.
Oh yeah.
Fucking so good, man.
Yeah.
That was the best food I've ever had. And the best coffee in the world that I ever had.
Mate, you're
Even
making
to this
yourself
day.
you're making yourself hungry now. Eh?
Yeah.
Go for it, man. Enjoy the
I was
feeling.
just sitting here going like this, like I'm actually pissed off that you're still talking about food that much, man. I'm in that stage. I'm getting a little agitated. But yeah,
Were you
best
4 weeks
single
ago?
Coffee. Yeah.
Mark Lucas. Were you fighting again?
Oh, thank you for promoting that. You know how we were talking about the music thing? And
Did we? Have we promoted it, but?
We haven't even said fuck all. Even when we interviewed you, we didn't really fucking talk about
Yeah,
it.
because I don't really. I'm the same. You just talk about
Yeah,
music.
see, but that's musicians need to get out there, and fighters need to get out there
I don't
as
give
well.
a fuck. I'm getting the fight anyway. I just like everyone keeps asking me about it. I don't know if this is the new. You know how we went through last year, and I went through that separation from it and stuff. I don't know if now I just don't like. I don't want the attention. I just want to go fucking fight.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I need to be. What's the fucking word I'm looking for?
Promoting it, or
Like almost like I don't know if gratified the word.
well, that's what I find with
You know what
music.
I mean?
When I realised that I wasn't going to be slashed at the age of fucking 23 or something like that, it really gutted me. And it wasn't until I saw Paul that time and I realised, no, I want to be a songwriting's my buzz. And now I couldn't give a fuck if people really like it or not, because I considered the work. Like there's a famous
We do it for you now, aren't you?
English poet. Yeah, there was, well, maybe for the future generations. I could be like fucking Wayne's World, man. Well, what's his name? He wrote Jerusalem, William Blake, and he was the greatest English poet, probably better than Shakespeare. One of the best novelists England ever had, and one of the best artists, and probably the best mind England ever created was William Blake. And for everyone at his time in the 1700s fucking hated him, thought he was nuts. He got one review and it said this guy's fucking tapped. And he kept on doing his pictures and wrote Jerusalem, which if you ever read a poem, holy shit, Jerusalem is the greatest poem ever written, pretty close. And they asked them, you know, in his diaries it writes, he said, people now don't get me, but the future angels will, and I'm doing it for them. You know, like, I think if you're doing it, when it comes to the art, you need to do it for yourself. You don't, all that other stuff is the periphery, and I think a lot of time that stuff becomes the aim. And then you forgot why the fuck you were doing it in the first place.
Yeah.
Like we've spoken about this before, you know, you can fail at doing something you hate. You might as well fail at doing something you love. And what does fail mean? If you create a piece of work you're proud of, you haven't fucking failed.
No.
You know, everyone else says you should go on pop stars, man. Fuck you and fuck your pop stars. Jesus fucking Christ.
Have you ever heard that?
I got a funny story about that. Actually. You mean like go on like one of those shows?
Yeah,
So a couple of years ago, what happened? I can't remember how the intro happened. Someone from The Voice reached out to say, "Can you come on to The Voice?" And I was at a point where I was like, "Geez, like."
it's a big,
That's
what's
right.
the word to get to? A big audience. It's fucking
Yeah.
hard to turn down.
And you're seeing examples like Matt Corby. That's where he got his.
He did. He turned out to be a reasonable,
Yeah,
pretty
well,
good artist, though.
One of the few, I guess. Who it's like brand isn't affected by what was that. Only helped. Anyway, and I didn't really want to go. I think I spoke to a couple of mentors at the time, and they're like, I really love like music being authentic and stuff. So maybe not, but I went in. They messaged us again and said, "I'll come in and meet you just to have a chat or something, and sing some songs." And I went in there and I said, "I'm only coming in at 2:00 and I'm not waiting around," because they wanted on the form they sent. Like, Anyway, and they're like, "Sure, just come in. That's fine. 2:00 or whatever time it was." You go in this room and there's like 50 musicians just sitting in the lobby, like no one's talking. Everyone's just waiting with their guitar to go in. And I walk through the elevators, like boom, with my guitar, walk through. And then as soon as I walk through, I'm just looking, because like everyone's been here all day and I'm just some person who's walked into the room.
You're going straight on.
Someone comes out of the room as soon as I open the elevator. Is Mark Crotti here? And I'm like, shit. Sorry. I would have looked like a dick.
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, I sung a song, it was great, met them all. And then what threw me off was, so they make you sing a song in front of 4 people or something, just sitting there, and then they either send you home or I don't know the process. After that, they send you to a story manager.
Yeah. My friend's just gone through the process. Yeah.
So you sit in a room and like this person tries to get a story out of you. So like, tell me about your life. And I'm like, man, I got all limbs, so I'm not sure what you're going to do here.
Yeah.
Like, So
yeah, I've had a good life.
And I've had a good life.
Yeah,
so,
everyone loves me.
And then I was like, that left a bit of a bitter taste in my mouth, and
Yeah.
afterwards I didn't go back. And
Because it's not a talent show. If it was a
No,
talent
not at
show,
all.
I might actually think, okay, it's a
Yeah.
talent show. That's okay. But the most talented doesn't win. It's a TV show.
So
where
what's
they're
the
trying to get
story?
people to
But they can build the
advertising.
drama.
Yeah, and the whole thing. Then they bum someone out. And,
Yeah.
So
well,
what's
they'd
the
have-
story guy do? Is he telling you what to?
No, well, with,
sort of.
Yeah,
He's-
yeah.
Yeah, he's like creating a story with you about your own life. Like he's figuring out what angle.
This is the narrative that we
Okay,
can
did
use.
you have
This is the angle we can use.
Were your parents nice to you? Where's your origins from? Like, you know,
Yeah.
if you
Give me
born in
something
New
here,
Zealand,
come on.
someone please, are you Maori or something, please?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
let's-
And the now they're doing it. Well, my mate, she had to do one where a day in your life, so she had to do a vlog. And this is what we're doing. You've got to impress them with your vlog and that. And she's got a great voice and all that. She didn't have to do it. If it was a singing, I think they're missing a trick here where they should just do a fucking singing contest or a guitar you know?
Absolutely.
Like I've been watching back on, there's a nylon string, man. Check out the Julian Bream masterclasses. Like Julian Bream, he influenced, he's the greatest classical guitar player of all time, arguably, you know, English guy, really pompous, but he funny as fuck.
Like
And he
you've
did,
thrown that out there about 4 times.
Classical guitarist.
yeah.
greatest
Wait,
poet, greatest guitarist. Yeah,
Who was
fair
that?
enough.
No, it wasn't that guy.
No, Julian Bream, no, classical guitarist. Yeah, man.
I don't know.
man, he's-
Jose Gonzalez is the reason he started playing guitar. Was
He's a hype
Julian
man
Bream.
tonight.
Anyway,
He is the hype man.
I'm hype. Well, I'll stick with Julian Bream. I think most people would say he's probably 1 or 2 in the recorded classical guitarist. Anyway, he does these master classes and in the 70s, and they're fascinating, man. And he gets fucking excellent student guitarists in, like they can do concerts themselves. They're fucking great. Yeah. And they come into his farm and he sits there in his room with them. They have to get up and play a piece. And then he gives them a class on the piece. And they played a piece and you think it's fucking amazing. You think, these guys are amazing. And then he opens his mouth and starts talking. And then you realize by the end of it, it was shit. And every single thing
Is that because of what he said?
Yeah, he teaches you how to listen.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh no, they did fuck up there. Oh, it's completely wrong. Then he plays it. And he's not trying to stamp them, make them be him. But he's saying, this is what the music is saying. You need to pull it out here.
Like
and your
this,
technique was a bit shit there. You're too fast. Let's hear that fucking bass note. And it's like, whoa, man.
Is he playing per the notation?
Yeah.
So if it says thumb, you have to play with the thumb? Is he hitting them with that?
Yeah, he's hitting them with that, but normally that's there for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't hit these
it's
other
just the
notes because
way-
your fucking thumb is not in the right spot.
It's the perfect way to play it.
It makes, even if you don't play guitar, it's fascinating, man, to see these guys, these fucking big roosters get in there, you know, and
Picked apart.
and they just get picked apart and they just shrink.
Yeah.
And he's not being nasty. He never hassles them, you know, but they just know he's right. And they leave better guitar players, man.
Yeah, well, it's improving them.
Oh,
isn't it?
fuck
Like,
yeah. And it's funny, the best, I was talking to David about this. David's a friend who's a guitar teacher, that, I don't know how to put it without sounding sexist. Anyway, I'll just say it. That there's not very much.
What we do.
When you lead like that.
Anyway,
All the alerts have gone up.
Yeah.
let's say in the boxing ring, if you get the best female boxer and the best male boxer in the ring, the male's going to win.
Obviously.
Okay. And
That's sexist.
that could be sexist, but it's also the
It's
truth.
also nature.
And normally for things like that, it's across the board, and it's very across the board. In classical guitar, it's not. The best classical guitarists in the world, hands down, are the females, and of Vygotsky and stuff like that. They just, and even in the 70s when Julian Bream's, he's nailing all these guys, and then as Cheryl Grice gets up and plays his piece better than he does, and she's a fucking student, and he just doesn't say anything. He goes, oh, well, that was great. How did you do that? You know, it's fucking weird.
Is that because of the way their fingers are?
They're better at fingers.
More eloquent.
I don't know.
It's more elegant. They're more
I was gonna leave it, but
Yeah, you gotta leave it. I don't know. They're just better. They are hands down better classical guitarists than the
Most
guys.
got, like your fingers are fucking stumps.
They are. And
Women have like long.
I think it's finesse as well. You know,
Yeah.
they've just got this this
eloquent.
touch. Yeah, the notes are they're better. And I always thought that about tennis before the Williams came along. Like I preferred, not that I watched a lot of tennis, but I used to really like the female tennis because they didn't have the power, but they could. Martina Hingis, man,
because they're in skirts.
because they're in skirts.
And
Just
the
say how you
noises.
really.
Then they're making them noises.
I fell in love with Martina Hingis. She had a short little haircut.
Yeah.
And then I worked at the tennis one year, the Adidas International.
Did ya?
And who'd I feed? Martina Hingis came up to me and I fed her and I was like in heaven. I'm like, oh my God, she's amazing.
Yeah, I never got into tennis.
Really?
I don't
No,
mind.
I
That's
don't-
probably
don't
the only
like
normal sport that I occasionally will watch 5 or 10 minutes of if it's on.
Yeah.
I can't watch normal sport.
None at all.
Ballsy.
Football, like a World Cup final or something?
No, oh yeah, that football. No, not really. I watched my first game of like NRL probably 10 minutes or 15 minutes on Friday.
First game in
Yeah,
a
I
while.
can't do that.
No, first. Like,
Ever?
I don't think I might have glanced at someone's house, but I actually sat down and watched it. And it was just because Buddy Taz was playing.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, wanted to see how he went.
How'd they go?
They won.
Oh, did they actually win?
Yeah. And it was a physical. It was not too bad. It looked a bit faster than normal, and I just wanted to watch this.
Yeah, I found
to
the
support.
old league
That's
got, 4 tackles and they kicked the ball. 4 tackles, it just kind of got a bit.
Are you a league fan, Mark?
Nah, not at all. I don't really watch much sport, at all. I watch the Australian Open just because I like the whole hype around it. And,
Well, you're Italian. I think tennis is a bit Italian of sport, is it? Or
Is it?
I don't know.
Is it English?
I just,
Or French?
it's a pretty big call, but
Name one Italian tennis player.
I don't know any.
If I
Pat Rafter. he's Italian.
No, he's Yugoslav or something, wasn't he?
He's Australian. I think.
Australian, Pat Rafter.
He's the only one I know. No, I'm not a tennis fan.
Leighton, Leighton Hewitt.
Yeah, I know the name.
Young Australian of the Year. Fuck yeah!
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
Yes.
Beck
Well,
Cartwright. Married. That's what I knew.
Oh, yeah.
they had a whole litter, didn't they?
He did. Anyway, let's get off home and away in tennis.
Home and away.
Say,
So what do you do to warm up before a show?
I don't.
Do you have like
I literally
No.
don't. It's the worst, yeah.
just
when I
straight
do-
in there raw dogging?
I raw dog all the time.
Fuck
As soon
yeah.
as I start, I usually start with if I'm doing like a regular busk or a gig, I'll start with like one of maybe 10 songs,
Yeah.
which I know is really easy on my voice, and I just cruise through it, like maybe an Angus and Julia Stone song or one of mine that's really low key,
Yeah.
and then I feel the voice.
love
you
Angus
love
and
Angus and Julia
Julia.
Stone,
I
man.
do.
Yeah,
I
you
love
really
them.
do.
I love them to death. I'll probably listen to them more than I listen to anyone else.
Yeah, well, which some of
Just
the
all
albums
of
are great.
them.
Acoustic
But,
wise.
I forget which one it's called. The one with Chateau and
Oh, the recent
My
one.
House.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Yeah.
And Dope Lemon. I love Dope Lemon as well. Just
Oh,
'cause-
dear.
just
Oh
'cause
yeah,
it's-
yeah.
just 'cause it's a bit weird.
I like the name.
I like it. Yeah,
If you had
I
to
like the film clips are funky.
If you had to fight Angus, would you go easy on him or would you take him out?
Oh no, I'd look after him. I like him. I'd pull one of those spliffs out of his mouth and just chill the fuck out. I reckon he'd be great to party with.
I
Yeah.
went to he's got a house in Byron like 3 years ago. I got a mate who's a successful vlogger, and he got gold pass tickets to Splendor in the Grass.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd never been to a festival before, and like part of this gold ticket is you get accommodation or whatever, and you get to go to Angus Stone's house for a party. It was like a hidden
That's
party.
weird for Angus, isn't it?
Yeah.
With his cats turning up.
No,
at
but
his
he's
house?
not there. It's just at his place.
Does he go through his underdrawer and shit?
He was probably there.
It was like a property that he owned.
Oh, okay.
They built a mad gazebo in the middle, and there was like a dam with like a little rowboat in it, and then there was like a little, like a caveman sort of nice hut, like little house that obviously maybe he chills in there. It's like
Yeah.
really small. It looked very Angus Stone,
Yeah.
and like this farmy and
Does
stuff
he
like
really
that.
even live there?
I think he just owns it, and he goes
Yeah.
there and maybe makes music or something.
Yeah.
And
She's-
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. But that was a wild party. But yeah, cool place. Being at Angus Stone's freaking
Fucking
one
hell.
of his properties. He's doing all right.
Yeah.
He, then we went to their gig at Anita's. Is it Anita's?
Yeah.
They had glitter and shit coming down.
No,
didn't they?
man. There was they're on stage playing and
Some fucker started talking or something?
Yep, and
That
it
is
went
fucking
nuts.
thrall, man.
No,
Those
and they
fuckers.
it was their worst. They later said it was their worst crowd they've ever played.
Yeah.
at. People were like, "Shut the fuck up!" to the people talking.
Yeah.
and then there was a fight at an
Oh.
Angus and Julia Stone concert.
I saw Suzanne
Oh,
Vega
man.
there, the folk artist.
Yeah.
You know, my favourite my favourite folk artist really, and she played at Anita's. I'm like, fuck, I can't believe she's there. She's like, Luca, man, she's world famous, and these fucking bitches started talking, and then their mate came through, and she just done a story about how she was adopted. She finally found her dad. First time she met him, she wrote the song, solo, no band, just fucking her and acoustic, deathly silent. Ha! Fucking fucking Sally, hi Sally, and they fucking, and I stood up and I had the fucking can of beer in my hand and I went like this just to biff this bitch in the fucking head because I'd had fucking enough. And Haley grabbed my hand luckily and I swore, I said, shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch.
Yeah.
I really lost my shit because I've been doing this the whole time and we'd just done some gigs and people had done that to us. I'm like, you fucking assholes,
Why are you
man.
there
You know?
if you're going to do that shit?
Yeah.
Drove me
I really
mad.
did lose my shit. I thought, fuck, I went out and Suzanne was looking at me, but,
Did they shut up?
Yeah, why?
yeah, they eventually did. But if guys had done that, they would have got their ass kicked and fucking
Yeah,
out. The
yeah.
bouncers would have done them, man.
Like at comedy
you know.
shows where you get people yelling shit out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're not funny. We're here
Just
for
fucking
them.
sit
Shut
down. Yeah,
up.
we want
Yeah.
to listen to what he's got to say.
Yeah.
Not some
Yeah.
weirdo in the out of the crowd.
We sponsor Breakfast Shirts, Frenchie from down here.
Oh, yeah.
We sponsor his podcast, and we've gone to a couple of his shows, and people always yell out at him. But he smokes.
He's like Jimmy Carr.
Frenchie. No way.
No, but like how the hecklers
Oh yeah, exactly.
yell shit out.
He
and
responds to
he
them.
just
Yeah,
hammers them.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't respond like Kramer did that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, that
What'd
was.
you
he
do?
must have been going.
He
through
said
some
the
shit.
word.
He
What
said
word?
the
Don't
bad
say
word.
to-
The word we don't say. Dan.
Starts.
Joe Rogan.
No.
No, Kramer.
C word.
N.
And
word.
Did he?
Yeah.
Bad. It went off. Yeah, a couple of years back. Must
Yeah.
have
It was ages
a while
ago.
ago now.
South Park even did an episode and he was
Oh,
in
I
it
didn't
for
hear
saying
about
that.
that. And were these
Nuts.
people of colour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was bad.
He was in like a, I don't know what state it was, but
Yeah.
That's pretty loose.
He
Yeah.
lost it. He's proper
Yeah,
lost it. He
yeah.
must have been going.
Have
through
seen
some
Bill
shit.
Hicks lose it? You know Bill Hicks? the
Yeah.
comedian?
Yeah, I
yeah.
haven't seen it.
Oh man, when he lost it towards the end of his life, he just gave it to people. It was really uncomfortable, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
That's what I like doing. I like being in uncomfortable situations that
Yeah,
used to
I've
make me,
gathered
yeah, used to make me cringe when I was a kid. But now it makes you feel more alive if
Well,
you're
it's-
embarrassed or
that's-
something. Like
yeah,
it's all right.
yeah.
you
That's
know?
why I fight, man.
Yeah, is
Telling
it?
you, like that, the feelings you get from now to when you fight is like,
is
that's
that
what
right?
I always tell
Yeah.
the kids, like when they're going to fight. That's what makes it worthwhile or makes you feel like you're actually living because you have all these sensations and shit that make you uncomfortable because you're not familiar with them.
It's great, isn't
But
it?
in that unfamiliarity is like
That's how you grow,
extraordinary
man. Yeah.
experience, like, and it lets you know you're living, like you're
Yeah,
doing something
you're alive.
worthwhile.
Well, I think that's why the ice has got such a fascination. You know, I'm doing the Wim Hof thing, and I keep on going on about it.
He's talking about
ISIS.
crack.
No, not crack. I've started smoking crack, and fuck it, it's wonderful.
I was thinking he's got a lot of energy. We don't know that much.
I was like, mushrooms and weed are one thing, Matt.
passing the glass pipe.
No, not the glass pipe. Come down's too bad, but no, just pushing yourself or doing something out of the ordinary every
Yeah.
day. If you can do that, it's great.
Speaking of crack, there's a great documentary on Netflix called Crack. It's fucking well worth looking at.
I'm so tired of negative documentaries
Yeah, man.
and crime shows
Yeah.
and fucking.
What's crack
like,
about?
Make so many.
It's just about so you've got white people majority taking cocaine,
Right.
and that's kind of cool. But there's crack cocaine that was kind of for the African Americans,
Right.
and the lower class, and they just I think it was mandatory 10 years if you got caught with crack. So they just fucking jailed the fuck out of them. It's really interesting.
Wow.
But it's the
it
same.
does-
It's the same chemical. It's the
It is
same.
the same
fucking
drug.
thing. Yeah.
But you've got this class
Just
who
a
can
social
afford
class.
the good,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, because they put it up their nose, it's kind of cool. But
That's
if
the
you
cut
smoke
version.
it, yeah. If you freebase it and smoke it, then you're...
Yeah, it was just the
You're a
Jim,
piece of
it's
shit.
the Jim Crow laws. They never stopped, you know. Like they didn't fucking stop. That is still being black still illegal over there.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking.
Yeah.
Imagine if you're black over there and you got your kids and you're fucking not worried about just the gangbanger shooting them. You're worried about the fucking
Yeah,
cops
the
shooting them
police,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, that story in Cavalieri said about B.B. King
Yeah, BB King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
running away from the cops and that.
Yeah, still like we can't unless you grow
You
up in
can't
that you
understand
can't
it.
understand
You
it.
can't,
You can't
yeah.
imagine it, you know. So we really shouldn't comment.
Speak
It's
on
hard
it,
to say that it's fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
know.
is fucked.
Yeah.
And although I did think there should be a black app or something like that. Whereas if you're a black guy being pulled over on the street in LA or something,
Yeah.
press the button, the fucking bat signal goes out to all the brothers, and they all fucking just come down, man. everyone surrounds the car. And that's when Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were around, the cops didn't fuck with them. They ended up shooting them at the end, assassinating them. But as far as Malcolm X was organised, he had an army behind him.
Yeah.
They were ready to fucking go. The Black Panthers weren't fucking around.
Yeah.
And they probably need to get back there because force seems to be the coin of the day. And if you don't have any, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So,
But anyway, if you haven't seen that documentary, it's well worth checking that doco out. It's interesting. Different spin on. Well, it's not really the different spin, but
yeah, we'll kind of know it,
So we got shows coming up April 23rd.
Yep.
Do you have anything else lined up?
No, I actually don't.
you just busking.
I've got weddings and this work, just busk. I'll busk as much as I can over the holidays. And
Whereabouts you normally busk?
at the moment, Kiama. So I used to
Just
be
down on the strip there?
Yeah, the main strip. Used to be in the Rocks and Manly when I lived there, but I'm making more in Kiama actually on the weekend.
Are you really?
Yeah, then I made in the Rocks during peak tourist season.
Fuck's sake.
So I think the people, I have lots of theories because I got no idea why, but maybe all the there's not as many buskers.
There's not.
Is the main thing I think.
Is it just solo acoustic? You got a little amp?
Yeah, I've definitely got an amp.
And a microphone? So you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I run I've got proper powered gear. I run a QSC K12 and my AER on top of it.
Oh, you got an AER.
Yeah, I
That's
go
a
both.
nice amp.
Yeah. Well, once you go good, you can't go back.
No,
And
you shouldn't fuck around. You should just
I'm
get
not
the good
fucking
shit.
with Behringer. Never.
No.
I'll just go straight to the good stuff.
Everyone says they've gotten better, but they
No,
haven't really.
I haven't.
Not
I
really.
want that German stuff. I want that thick.
Yeah. And also you feel better.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
can trust the shit. It's not going to fuck you up.
It's not going to fuck you up. But it sounds... When I see a really good musician with a shit amp, my heart breaks a bit because I'm like, you're so fucking good. You would sound 30 times better if you just had a little AER or something rather than this Street Cube. Those rolling.
Yeah, I got a
things or
Street
something.
Cube as well.
Well, they're good for electric, but
Yeah.
I don't know if someone singer-songwriter for singing on that. I'm like, come on, up your game. Better things will come from it.
So 4-hour sessions?
Busking? Nah, they last 4 hours, but it depends. If it's real busy, I'll stay for 3 or 4 hours.
Okay, in the same spot, or do you move around? If it's not happening, do you...
I'm trying to... There's a cafe in Kiama that really likes... They want me to play outside their store all the time, and they feed me and stuff, and it's okay because they...
Well, that's nice that they want you to play there, because a lot of time cafes
Yeah,
are a bit
they get-
funny with it.
Yeah, they are.
How's the licensing and shit work with that?
You pay $50 for a year or something
And
in
you
Kiama.
can go wherever in Kiama?
They give you a map, and they say this is the preferred spots, and you can just pick. So yeah,
Oh, shit, that's all right.
in Manly though it's a bit different, and in Manly it's $250 a year, I think, from memory. It's more expensive, obviously.
Could you go to the blowhole and time it so the explosions match your song?
No, jeez, that'd be quite challenging.
Yeah.
But you can go up to the diggies next to it. There's a spot,
Oh, yeah.
a designated spot up there. But I find the main strip.
Works
That's
the
where
best.
everyone is. It's busy there on the weekend, man.
Oh my god!
Far
I
out.
haven't seen anyone busk for a long time, eh?
No, but
they
I
used
think-
to do it
yeah.
everywhere in Wollongong, but it got to that
Yeah,
point where it was
Wollongong's-
chaos.
The mall's just
Oh, there was
dead
two-
though, man.
Yeah,
It's
but people couldn't even play, just
Ah,
fucking
right.
yelling shit out and stomping.
So
and
I
that,
saw one cat there, and I heard this. I thought someone was playing Stevie Ray Vaughan on a cafe or something. I'm like, oh, fuck, that sounds right. And I could hear an actual voice, and this fucking guy sounded like BB King or Louis Armstrong. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Wow.
And it's this Maori guy, and he's got fucking no shoes on, like shorts, and it's this big fat gut, and he was fucking incredible.
Wow.
It weirded me out a bit. I offered them to come and he hadn't even got an album out. He was in his 40s, and I looked him up on YouTube, and he's famous.
done it before.
He's famous for busking at Central. Oh, but if I was him and I had that voice and had those skills on electric, I would be all right.
Oh, he
I'd
played
be
guitar too.
Oh, he fucking
Yeah.
played like Steve Ray Vaughan, man.
Played
Like
shit out of it.
He had the shit.
Yeah,
Like,
wow.
he was a talented motherfucker.
Wow.
And then I decided not to follow through because when I watched his doco and all that, he seemed to be happy there. Like he was that skilled that there's a reason he hasn't fucking gotten.
Yeah.
Like he could have a bass player and a drummer, and he would be fucking booked out at pubs every weekend,
Yeah.
man. He'd
Maybe
be $2 or
doesn't-
$3 grand a gig.
Maybe he doesn't perform under the lights.
I just think maybe there might be
There's a
some
lot,
mental issues
yeah.
or something there that are holding him back, because he was fucking phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
he was like, oh shit, this guy's really good.
But he's
you know?
happy doing that, and just
I think he was
didn't
just
care too
happy
much.
doing that, man, and that was his thing. And he's well known as Sydney's busker at the Central.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
He's got a
but,
YouTube channel. People can check him out.
there's a talent, and then there's got to be a will to make that talent grow, you know.
exactly.
And if you don't have the will, you can have all the fucking talent in the world.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter, you know.
There's plenty of them out there, isn't there?
Yeah.
So you still got YouTube channel?
Yeah, I don't push YouTube much anymore, but just
All those things are so difficult,
I
man.
find
You get a burst and
keeping
then
up-
they fucking die, and then you're like, am I shit
TikTok
now?
as well, and like
All that shit. Like, we're actually getting so much better than we were when we first started, and yet our
Everyone
reach
goes
seems
back
to
to
be
the
shrinking.
the
It's
first
fucking
one.
weird.
the first, like back
Like,
then.
we're like,
really
don't
weird.
listen to the first one's garbage.
Yeah, it's
But
not a story.
that
You
one's
can just
growing.
pick up now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
think-
It's not a Netflix series.
Yeah.
It's,
I think we got barred by Facebook. I actually think
really?
something has happened to our reach. Like, we were
Yeah.
growing it consistently for the last 6 months, and then even though we got Nathan Cavallari, and we're getting bigger names, and the reach isn't going there. And
you
then
s-
I tried to boost a couple of posters, and it
There you
said
go.
you cannot boost this post.
Ooh, did you spend money? Were you spending money successfully before?
No, we weren't.
Dude.
We'd never done anything, and it was growing
then
beautifully.
it went
And then we
crash.
thought, okay, we're at a point now we can go, all right, well, let's boost a couple of posts.
And then it turned to shit?
Then, then it turns to shit.
Well, I think
It's fucking weird.
That's happened with us on Breakfast Shirts and my music. As soon as you spend money, Facebook's like, oh, these guys got money now. Let's not
Don't
give
get
them
natural
engagement because
spread.
they're going to spend anyway.
I bloody thought so.
That's-
so it's like a hook.
Yeah, of course.
Get you-
These
yeah,
guys are
those fucking
willing to
fuckers.
pay. Like, let's not.
Now
They
they're
don't have
willing to
enough
pay.
money to
It's
ask
crazy.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It G's me up every time. It's like I have to.
Spock looking.
There's 3,000 people that follow me on Instagram,
Fucking hell, that's all right. Yeah.
and like Instagram won't show them when I post a video. Like I have to pay to show people who follow me
Your own-
That's
just to fucking
garbage,
see it.
man.
It's
Yeah,
like the
fuck
algorithms,
them.
man. They suck.
Let's
We
start
talked
our
about
own.
it
Who's a
before.
coder?
Well,
I know.
but there's,
You know a coder.
there are other platforms though. Like that's why Twitch maybe.
Yeah.
I think up
We
and
gotta
coming.
get on that.
Although Twitch is owned by Amazon, but they're up and coming.
shit.
So you'll probably be alright for a couple of years on Twitch, and
Yeah.
then they'll
Not
do the
even-
same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You know?
not out. Yeah, of course.
So unless there's an open source one we can use somewhere, but then no one else is on it, man. There are a few. There's one called Minds, which is an open source Facebook, which is pretty cool, but because like Facebook isn't worth anything, it's the people on Facebook that
Yeah.
are worth something.
Does anyone actually
You
go
know?
on Facebook though? Because everyone I talk
I've
to
stopped going
don't.
on it.
I don't.
I don't use it.
I've got a
got a
Facebook
name on
story
it.
for you.
Yeah, give us one.
My mum goes on Facebook and she's in a various groups of like ladies of the Illawarra. Like they catch up and have days and stuff. And the drama that goes on behind the scenes with 50-year-old ladies on Facebook is insane.
Oh yeah,
There's
they
like
say
abusive-
little things or
No.
don't put a comma in. There's
Oh no!
fucking
I'm talking
really?
like they're copping abusive messages from people starting new groups and like ladies joining other groups and shit like that. I come home and mum's like, "Oh, I had to double block someone today on Facebook." I'm like, double block? What is that,
unfriended
gay?
me.
What is going on? She's asking me how to like do all this stuff, like create events and new groups. There's drama going on, like the.
I think
They're
it's
into
because
it.
maybe because
Wow.
the press of, like I remember Facebook first came out, we didn't know what it was. Like some of my
Nah.
early posts were just
MySpace.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was
Had a
we
great
didn't-
coffee today.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where they're at now.
Yeah,
like mum.
They
Anyway,
are. Yeah,
but,
they've,
like,
that generation have gone. That's
Yeah.
where they're at.
They haven't realised
they're
that-
like 10 years.
Yeah.
Behind us. Yeah.
It's a big learning curve. The whole thing. Like
Definitely.
I think that maybe the beauty or the quirkiness of our podcast, we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
No,
And
we
so
don't.
it's actually still really. It's nice that we don't actually have. We're not an interview show or anything. We're
We
just
just
kind of
chat.
How
sit
many
around and have a
episodes
chat.
have you guys done?
You're number 20.
Is he number 20?
Yeah. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, yeah, to you guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. So,
yeah, we just keep grinding them out.
Well, I actually,
We haven't been 6 months either.
you
It's
know,
only
because
been
we were
3.
talking about worried about not spreading all that, but I actually get more out of it just as a chat. And I just
Yeah.
really like,
I
maybe,
like getting together.
yeah, maybe we should not worry too much about pushing it until we get to 100 or something. Because I just I enjoy my Wednesday if I can catch up having a few beers.
I
and
do.
Yeah,
chat,
meet
man. So-
interesting
I
people all the
did.
time.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
We've met a lot of new people. It's
Fucking
been
A, we've met,
great.
we've made heaps of friends.
Yeah.
We've got 20 new friends that we fucking didn't have before, man. It's great.
Except for
Panda
my
clan.
dad.
Except for Dad. Pete the Beast.
I think that's the way to do it. Like,
Yeah, I
just-
think it
and
is.
That's what's working.
It is what
for,
it is. You know?
Breakfast shirts as well. It's been super authentic.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like with my music stuff, like I'm getting rejected. Like just being.
Yeah,
not-
but you've
not
got
selling
like a
something that you're
decent
not-
local following who don't care about
Oh.
all that shit. Like, there's a lot of people that know of your music, so fuck
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
fuck all
But
them
no, but
others.
as it as that local support grows, like
Yeah.
eventually it's going to eke out without having to push it, I guess.
Yeah, well,
Like,
that's the
yeah,
idea. But
Hopefully.
Just keep grinding, doing them shows, and
Yeah,
it's
just
gonna
keep
get
busking.
there.
Yeah. But
We'll have to catch up for brekkie.
anytime.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
man.
shit.
Let's do
That
a
would be
brekkie
great.
one.
I need a shirt.
Yeah.
I've only got t-shirts.
I'll hook you boys up.
I've got some
Yeah,
nice
man.
shirts, man.
Yeah, sweet.
Oh,
No,
Matt's,
I
Matt's
think
got
so.
plenty
But
of
Matt, so I
breakfast
still
shirts.
don't
Fucking
understand.
dress.
Like, do you run audio at gigs and stuff, like as well? Is that part of your
Yeah, we're going to do
repertoire?
the whole thing. So normally when I started the studio, I just wanted to actually I hate to say the word free, but I wanted to find buskers who I liked, and
Yeah.
I wanted, because I just found the soil here in the Illawarra wasn't really happening, you know, and I thought, well, the Beatles wouldn't have been fuck all unless they had somewhere to record and they had people and a gig to play at.
And that was
so I thought,
that was back when it was really dead.
yeah.
Like it's kind of getting
It's
better a little
picking
bit.
up a little bit now. So I just wanted a space. So I started doing local bands, and most of the local bands are local punk bands. And my son was in one and stuff. So I started recording them. Husband Wants a Wife and what's the other, Vertigo and things like that. And they're pretty good. But I just realized it's not really my type of music. And if I'm going to give my time away for free, I want it to be music that I really enjoy, you know?
Of course.
And also they're fucking drummers, man. They're just on the cymbals. And you'd be saying, man, dude, you know, the cymbals is the hardest thing to record. You're smashing the shit out of them on the chorus. I can't fucking hear anything. And I've got to EQ all that shit out. Can you just not, like, no, just don't fucking do that. Learn to drum properly. Fucking do something else.
Get rid of the cymbals.
Yeah. You're allowed
Sorry,
one
not
right.
having this.
Put a towel on them or something.
Yeah. So
I remember
yeah.
a band, because I played in death metal bands.
Right.
And there was this one band, and they weren't too bad, but they had this fucking drummer, and he had a China.
Yeah.
And he used to blast on the China. So
That
it
is
was
that a
just
symbol? China's-
yeah, and it was just, you couldn't hear anything but this fucking China.
Yeah, it's like having a cowbell, except probably worse.
Yeah.
So, and I realized that, so when we did our album, we went to Sid Green, who's a great producer, and he's like, Pro Tools, you want this done?
Yeah.
And then he's a drummer as well, so drums, boom. And it's like, it was, what would have taken me fucking 3 years, he got done in like a week.
Yeah.
And I realized, hold up, man, production's probably not my thing, and I don't want to fuck these kids around either, you know. I'm a musician, I want to write music, and I don't have a lot of time. You know, I got fucking 4 kids and stuff like that, so the time I have, I want to put into what I'm into. So I still want it to be used as a space, and I'll do demos and things like that there.
Yeah.
But I'm more into what I actually like doing is just sitting there with a guitar writing songs.
Yeah.
You know, so
Great.
whatever. Yeah, I realized, because today was the first day in like 4 or 5 months. I got the kids were at preschool. There was no one around. I didn't have to do fuck all. And I sat here with a guitar for 4 hours, and it felt like 15 minutes.
Sick.
And
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, it was time to
Yeah.
pick the kids up. And it was oblivious, man. I was in heaven. I walked down here smiling. I was like, fuck, that's what I'm into, obviously.
Yeah,
So
I love it.
whatever can give me more time to do that, or any creative enterprise like Smack Panda podcast, or if we go into the production side of it, just creating something you can be proud of at the end of it is.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what any human needs, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah. Sounds
Yeah.
good. So you're playing in Bulli?
On the 23rd, yep, on the 20th of April.
Great.
So with my mate Sam, should be good. There'll be a fire pit. There'll be bean bags.
Oh, wow.
There'll be leg lamb cooking on the fire pit.
man.
Yeah,
That sounds like-
like
sounds
legit.
like you're
Are they,
Yeah.
is
I
this,
think
you
you
guys
s-
came up with this, or is this going to be an ongoing thing for those guys?
I think we're going to make it. So I'm sort of Justin, who's one of the co-owners, I believe, at the timber mill. He's an interesting guy though. He does a lot.
Let's get him on,
Yeah,
man.
he'd be cool to have on.
Great.
We're doing a breakfast shirt with the timber mill, and we sort of become friends over knowing each other over the last year. And I've played there a couple of times just on the weekend, and we just sort of floated the idea of doing a proper show there, and it's the perfect space. It'd be sick.
That
Because you
sounds
got
cool.
inside as well, don't you?
There's a gallery
There's a
inside.
gallery in there.
Yeah.
That's a
Wow.
good space. There's clear view as well. It's just a long
Yeah.
stretch, like wide as this. And
You
We're
played
gonna-
there
longer.
before, haven't you?
Yeah, I've played there a couple of
Yeah.
times. And they do art exhibitions and stuff, but we'll have it outside. The cafe will be open, so people can still order burgers and stuff.
it's a
There'll
good
be
cafe
beanbags,
as well.
fire.
We have
yeah.
to mention that cafe. It's
Oh,
actually
it's
one
really
of the ones
good.
you go
Yeah.
to and you think, oh, these guys know what they're doing. This
That's
is all right.
Justin, man.
Yeah.
That's what I trust, and I love people who are into food a lot. Like, I
Yeah,
like
that's what
chefs.
you want. You
That's
can
what
tell when they're not into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone's into that, then we're gonna get on.
So the 23rd, you're playing there.
Yep.
You're on Instagram,
I'm on Instagram. Just,
Mark Crotti.
That's it.
Spotify, YouTube.
Yeah.
And the
All the
breakfast
same.
shirts.
The
where do we get them?
yeah, breakfast shirts.
Breakfast shirts
Everyone's got to
.com.
have one of them.
Good name for a band.
Kind of
Isn't
is.
it?
Yeah, man.
You know what we're thinking of calling our little duo, me and Sam, because we're going to start playing together more.
Yeah.
The honey roasted smacadamias.
Smackadamias.
Yeah.
Like Smack Panda,
Nah,
but Damien.
well, let me explain our version of smack first.
Yeah, okay. What's your version of
So
smack?
we got a friend, and he's a big eater. Sorry again. And Mark, whenever he would have consume a lot of food, the 20 minutes after you consume a lot of food, he would define as smacking out, which is like when you're in that zone.
Oh, yeah.
So you're just smacking out. And Sam and I, we like to eat a lot, so we're like, let's just be the honey roasted smackadamias. So
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's true though, yeah. Do you get
Isn't it?
that? Do you get the smack?
oh, I get the smack. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. If
You
you
seem
eat,
like quite a thin guy that eats a lot of fucking breakfast. Do you go to gym heaps?
yeah, I swim a kilometre a day and I go to gym every day. So I'm trying to.
So that's the payoff.
That's the payoff.
That's what you got to pay for the breakfast.
I'm trying. Yeah, exactly. yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So how many Ks after this big brekkie?
Yeah.
Doing
K's
the
a lot.
maths.
Are you doing it in the pool or are you doing it in the ocean?
Ocean, yeah.
Ocean? Whereabouts
Are
you
you
swimming?
scared of sharks?
Minamara River, I do. Yeah,
Sharks,
Even in
man.
the Minamar River's
I feel
pretty
more
bad.
scared of
Yeah.
sharks in there than the ocean.
as I'm getting older, I'm
More wary of
It's a
it.
weird thing.
Don't
man.
ever go diving with them.
with sharks.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
You will never want to go in the water again.
No, I don't want to do that at all. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a K along the Minamar River. River.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Well,
that's pretty
cool.
good, man.
Well,
You go against.
depends. So
Okay.
maybe depends how strong the current is. I've got marks where I know, okay, if it's real far, then I'm only going to go 350 meters because it's too strong. But
Okay, yeah.
if it's like high tide in the middle or something, I just
You're
do
right. You can
500
keep
meters.
going.
Yep.
And then you turn 500 meters, turn around, and then you're back.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
cool.
that. So the back is sometimes easier or vice versa.
That'd be quite nice.
Yeah,
Come
it
back,
is.
couldn't
It's so
it?
rewarding. It's like 10 strokes and you're done.
Yeah.
You know.
That's me all around.
But I've found, interesting enough, just to finish it off, I've been increasing my stroke count, to 7 or 9 strokes, and my singing has gotten significantly better over the last
Per
year.
breath.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
Wow.
I
Yeah.
started with 3 and built to 5, and now I do 7 regularly, and my lungs are bigger, and I can.
are you doing Wim Hof? You done the Iceman stuff?
I don't have the patience for it.
I'm doing it faster though, man. Like do the fast breathing. Really pump it, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Mark's in a
And then you do press ups afterwards. Fuck it. I hate to say it if the kids watch it, but it's like a face gasm.
I got
It's
it.
fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
tingly and shit.
Oh yeah, but when you're doing the press ups after it, man, like every time you press, it's like this fucking explosion.
I think you better
happening in
get
your
back
face.
on the hooch.
I got to tell my wife. Say, baby, the band's got to come off.
I felt like I was going to pass out when I did it, so I was like,
I like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I like that as well. I do it 2 or
Yeah,
3 times a
spacey.
day. I'm
For the
like
thrill.
fucking addicted.
You're holding your breath past like 3 minutes and then you just zone out. You're
Yeah.
You don't even realise you're doing it anymore and you start going.
Fucking A. I did 3 minutes 40 the other day and I couldn't keep
shit.
going, man.
Wow.
Fuck. I just looked, 3:40, and then
Yeah.
I could have done 4.
Where does it end?
You got to not think about it.
Yeah, you could not think about it.
As soon as time
I like
comes,
breathing.
It's as closest to meditation I've ever
Yeah.
come because I
How's-
tried meditation, but it never worked.
How's
for
when
me.
he's doing the, you're doing fantastic. And then he's like, and then you know the minute's coming up.
I hate that minute.
I know. Ding, that's the hardest bit, and then I forget about it.
No, the minute fucks me up. Actually, when he comes,
It goes ding.
Is that the end of it?
No, they just
they
let
go
you
it gives you minute increments,
You're
but I don't want to
doing
know.
Fantastic. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
I got 10
Yeah.
seconds. to
I like the
minute.
breathing. Now breathe. That
Yeah.
sounds good, but then I
Fully
turn
in,
him down
fully out.
because I don't want to fucking hear the ding, man. Because if I know I've done a minute holding my breath, I feel all fucked. I need to zone out.
And letting go.
But he's got a good voice.
That was
doesn't he?
good. Yeah.
It's good.
Oh, you got
Alright,
to try
man.
it, man.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for
Great.
coming on.
Thanks for coming
We
on.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having me,
That's
boys.
good.
Let me know how I can support and help or something as
Same
well.
with you,
to-
man.
Yeah. Fucking, let's grow this little community.
Yeah. Hopefully you do another one because we'll be at Mark's fight.
Yeah.
That Bullo gig sounds
Yeah.
pretty
But-
good, eh?
Cool, yeah.
The next one after it, man, we'll film
be
that
there.
shit up.
Yeah, we
we
might
can
be
do
able
a
to stream that
podcast
fucker.
around the fire.
That
Yeah,
would be
go for
cool.
it.
We don't have enough mics.
We'll get some more mics. I got lots of mics, man.
Fucking drunk people. Give us a fucking...
All right,
Okay.
guys.
All right.
Catches.
Oh, ciao.
Was that the sync clap at the end?
Yeah.